now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times. What is going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this stream a like. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you happen to be a new viewer coming across this stream, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. As well as if you would like to become a member to the channel, smash that join button and check out all the exclusive perks I have. I actually just updated my list today. It is going through the YouTube review section. However, I don't have anything miscellaneous in those perks, so I expect YouTube to push those perks through with relative ease within the next day. So if you want to become a member to the channel, an official cast and crew member of the channel, definitely smash that join button. Check out your, whatever level you would like to pick, whatever's affordable for you, and definitely join the community that I have grown here on YouTube. Well, everybody, you guys already know, over the weekend, I was able to go to Texas Frightmare weekend, and I had a sheer blast. Guys, it was amazing. Texas was beautiful. I shared some pictures here on the community post a couple hours ago. I am going to share a couple pictures here on the stream, as well as I have a guest here with me tonight. Unfortunately, Destination Station, who I actually met in Texas, could not make it tonight. He's actually doing some family events, but shout out to you, Destin. I'm obviously going to talk about our experience, in Texas and hanging out together and all that stuff, share some photos. But I have another guest who decided to come on tonight with me, and I'm very honored to have him on. He is a great friend, a great pillar of the community, and you guys know him as Movies and Beyond. Let's welcome Michael here into the panel. What is going on, Mike? How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. I'm glad to have you on. Not just to talk about Texas Frightmare recap, but talk about some horror stuff as well, just in general, especially some Jason, and stuff like that, because I know that's right up your alley. I definitely seen some cool Jason artwork and stuff like that in Texas. And of course, we got the we got the Crystal Lake show that's supposed to be coming out next year. I want to talk about some things from that, maybe some theories and some wants we want to see out of that, and just overall general horror talk. So I'm glad to have you on tonight, my friend.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm always down to talk horror. You want to talk
Yes.
Jason, I'm all about it. You want to talk Halloween, I'm all about it. You want to talk Scream, you might want to find another guy. I know I can do it, you know what I mean? But you guys have a ton of conspiracies and what ifs, that I don't really, follow too well. But at the same time, I'm all about it, man. What's up?
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. And real quick, everybody, if you haven't done so already, please shoot the stream a like. My goal is to at least get the stream to at least 35 likes tonight, so it definitely helps out a lot. As well, guys, you know how this goes. When we start going and we start getting into conversation, it's hard to keep up with the chat. So if you have a burning question that you want to ask me, send in a super chat, and I will make sure it gets put to the front of the line, and me and Michael will ask any question that you have for us here tonight. And before we do dig into Texas Frightmare recap and all the juicy horror details, news, I got to catch up because, I haven't been able to, keep my eye on anything. So I don't know if there's any new news that has came about. I know I seen something, I think somebody posted on Instagram earlier about, I guess it was confirmed that Joel from Scream 2 is Demeeks Martin's twin's father. I'm waiting for them to message me back to see if that is confirmed. But have you heard anything about that, Michael? No, me neither. That's what I'm saying. Me neither. So I don't know how legit that is, but yeah, maybe something we'll definitely touch on here later on in the stream or whatever and stuff like that. But yeah, I gotta do some catching up. But this is going to be a fun time for sure. And I already see I am 43 comments deep behind. You guys are showing out. I greatly appreciate you guys. So I'm going to start off with some comments real quick. And then we're obviously going to dig into some photos and talk about the experience of Texas Frightmare weekend and other conventions as well. Because I know, Michael, you said you are booked in to Kentucky.
I am actually booked into 2. I'm booked into Indianapolis in August and Kentucky in October.
Nice, man. Nice. That's so awesome, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, Michael. Like, if you would have asked me when I started this channel, would I be like going to these conventions faithfully like this and having the means to do it and stuff like that? Like, probably not. Like, I did not think that I would be this deep into it, but I'm here, man. Let's go.
Look, man, Robert Englund's gonna be in Indy. That's the reason for me. So it's like, you know,
what?
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I wasn't gonna go. But the fact that he's gonna be there, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to slide in there because I have not met him yet. And I'm gonna get there early. So I can, you know, not wait all day to see him. But yeah, I'm excited about that. They're doing like
when
a
exactly
Freddy
in
versus
August is this?
I'd have to look at the date. It's Horror Hound though, if you want to look it up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Yeah, bro, you might have me switch my schedule.
It's well, I think what I'm hearing is they're doing a Freddy versus Jason 20-year anniversary. So Ken Kurtzinger is going to be there. And I don't know who else. And I think they're also going to bring a lot of the Nightmare 5 cast there. Wait, or no, 4. I'm sorry. A Nightmare 4 cast there. So, you know, 4, I don't hate it. I don't love it. You know what I mean? But it's still a cool one. Now, if it was a Nightmare 3 reunion, I'd be a little more amped for it.
Oh man, Ken Sags.
Oh, I'd be all over it, you know.
Right. All right, yeah, I'm pulling it up now. Oh yeah, honestly, just because it does reach out more towards like 3 months since I would have been off from this past vacation, I think I'm actually going to skip Monster Mania in Jersey, and actually, I'm gonna do some thinking about it. But just because the dates actually do work out a little bit better for work, I might actually hit Indianapolis. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to make Jersey because they're gonna have Alyssa Sutherland, Kiefer Sutherland, the Lost Boys there. Dermot Mulroney, he played in Scream 6 as Bailey, he's gonna be there. But I'm not gonna lie, man, like that's Robert Englund.
It's Robert, dude. And he's like 74, 75 at this point. So I definitely want to meet him, you know.
Yeah, man. That's gotta happen.
I missed him at Scarefest last year. He was there in Lexington, but the lines were so ridiculous. Like people were waiting in line and not getting in throughout the day. So it was just like, man, I'm not even gonna try. But this year I will be more prepared and I will get in. Right. I'm going to check it out after the stream. I'm going to see if they have any more VIP passes. I doubt it because it's already probably been announced and people probably flock to it. Yeah, it's sold out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't give a damn. I'll wait in that line for however long. It's Robert Englund, y'all. Like, I will wait. I don't care. I'll do it.
The good thing about it is my buddy Matt, his horror shop, the guy I do my channel with, they got a vendor's license for this year, so they'll have a shop there. So I'm gonna slide in, you know, with them guys.
Heck yeah, man, that's awesome.
Hopefully, I can slide in that line a little faster than everybody else.
That's right, man.
All day up there.
That's right, man. That's the perk. That's the perks of having friends in high places.
Yeah, try to slide in there. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get there.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Well, buddy,
if any of you guys are gonna be there, let me know. Shit,
well, bro, honestly, I think you've pried me away from Jersey.
Well, shit, anybody in the chat's gonna be there. Let me know. Shit,
right?
Beer, I'm all about it, man.
Heck yeah, I definitely think you done pried me away from Jersey this time around, and I think I'm gonna catch that flight to Indy. Oh, yeah, bro. That's Robert Englund. That's too huge. Like that's, and I say the same thing about Carpenter, which is why I'm going to New York in October because it's going to be at New York City Comic Con. Like, they are getting up there in age, and I would love, to definitely get those autographs and get those photos and those memories. Unfortunately, before the inevitable does happen. So
yeah. Well, if you get a picture with Robert, send it to me and I'll Photoshop you out and put myself in there.
Let's go.
He was awesome. I'm telling you.
Right? Or Photoshop yourself in right now. We both be in it. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Send me in the back like
We'll
this.
share this moment together.
My body's just a little bit bigger than everybody else's, so you can tell that it's fake.
Right? All right, so let me breeze through some of you guys' comments real quick. I know you guys have been waiting for me to touch on it real quick. Melissa, I see you commented before the stream started saying, oh my God, you met Nick Castle. Yes, I did. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Don't worry. Yes, I did. I was able to meet the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, he's so cool. Like, he's really, really cool. I will dig into it here in a second. Scott Walker saying, hi, Marcus, hi, Destination Station. How's it going, guys? A lot of things I got to talk to you about today. Well, unfortunately, Scott Destin was not able to make it on tonight, because he's tied up with family, stuff like that, But we have Michael here from Movies and Beyond. So, we're, the party's going to keep going. But real quickly, me and Destin are going to be, we're basically starting our own horror channel. Joint YouTube channel called Horror Hooligans. So I wanted to shout that out and plug it here real quickly. We're going to most likely be doing our first stream this weekend, talking about it, just, discussing what our plans for this, for the channel are and all that stuff. So guys, keep a contact with the community posts that I post, and you guys will get that update by the end of the week for sure. And all that stuff. But thank you for stopping in, Scott. I greatly appreciate you, buddy. And hopefully, whatever question you may have, I hopefully can get to it. But as you know, it does get, a little hectic when we're, conversating and going. So anybody, Scott, if you have a burning question you want to ask, super chats go to the front of the line. And I do believe I do have one. So I do want to check that. But I'm going to roam through these other comments here real quick. I see Val Janowski. The spicy general, I'm still calling you that, Val. We're still going with that. But Val's in the chat. What's going on, Val? Hope you're having a great night. Saying good evening to Jen. And Jen Werner in the chat. What's going on, Jen? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great night, and I'm glad to have you here. Denisha Lane also in the chat. What's going on, Denisha? I hope you're having a great night as well. It's great to see you. Hey, what's going on, Sarah? Sarah Campbell in the chat saying, hey, what's going on, Sarah? Glad to see you. Hope you're having a great night as well. I hope all you beautiful people in the chat are having a great night and have had a great day in general. Wayne Turner, what's going on, buddy? Let me pull this comment up here. All right. Freaking StreamYard does what it does and messes things up, kind of, how it does that. Wayne Turner saying, hi all, it is 12:02 p.m. Wednesday here in Sydney, Australia. Can only stay for a bit going to see Fast X. Ooh, nice. I know Destin got to see that. I got to check out his review. So,
yeah, I saw it too.
How was it?
Jason Momoa was the best thing in that movie, like from an acting
I thought he would be.
It was better than 9. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
You can't really get too much worse than 9 unless you're talking about 2. But it's still like you have to suspend belief going into these movies, and if you look for realism in them, then you're going to be disappointed. But I had a good time watching it.
That's awesome, man. I know a lot of people over the last few years have been with the Fast and Furious franchise, and me personally, even with how outrageous they have gotten with certain things, me personally, I still enjoy those movies, man.
Yeah, me too.
But nothing will ever top the original. Even though the original did kind of piggyback off of Gone in 60 Seconds. But that's
another great movie too, though.
Oh, bro.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Bro, I just watched that a few weeks ago, and I forgot how great that movie was. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get to some more of you guys' comments real quick. I'm going to breeze through them. Let me see. I have a starred comment. Jen Warner coming in hot with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Jen. I greatly appreciate it. Saying, Marcus, your arms are getting huge, lifting much. I mean, I have been helping my friends move here over the last few weeks, so maybe it's helping out. You know what I mean? If so, I'm greatly appreciated for it. That is something. It's funny you say that, though, Jen, because that is something that I am looking forward into getting into, is hitting up the gym, because I do want to get in a little bit better shape, especially as I get older and stuff like that. I realize certain things, in the body, kind of start to, take a crap on you a little bit. So I want to be able to not feel that way and get myself in better shape. So thank you for the acknowledgement, Jen. That's really cool. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I have been helping my friends move, and lifting stuff obviously will, put some hair on your chest for sure. So, yeah, I mean, definitely, I greatly appreciate the super chat though, Jen. And again, I hope you're having a great night, and I hope that you are going to enjoy this stream and talking about Nick Castle and just the experience hanging out with Destin. Like, I'm not going to lie. For me, like, outside of getting Nick Castle, hanging out with Destin was the best part about Texas for me. You know what I mean? Getting to see one of my horror brothers, here on the, YouTube platform, getting to hang out with him live and in person and have a drink, have some food, just hang out and then share our passion together live and in person. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, see some other you guys' comments here as well, and then we're going to start digging into the topic of conversation. I see MMA Russie. I saw you here, Russ. There we go. What's going on, MMA Russie? How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a great night. Glad to see you here. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Yes, Wayne. Yeah, me and Destin were going over names, and he's the one who came up with it. He was like, "Hey, how about horror hooligans?" And I was like, "I like that. I like it a lot." Okay, I see I have another super chat here as well. Val, so kind, Val. Val Janowski coming in with a $5 super chat saying, I have to say thank you again, Marcus, for the Nick Castle thing. That message you sent me was so awesome. So glad you had an amazing time. Val, like I told you in the message, you definitely deserve it. Your support is just so out of this world in this community. The job that you do across multiple channels and the hours that you put in, like, Val, I know for a fact that, you run your own business at home. I know you have to be up early in the morning sometimes. And you'll be in these chats moderating and just hanging out, having conversations till like 2, 3 in the morning sometimes with us. Yeah. So, Val, I had to show you that because I also know how much that means to you. So I am so honored and humbled to be able to share these moments with you, as well as with everybody else as well. So again, Val, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And Val, we talked about it, after when I touched down, when I got back home, New York City Comic-Con. I'm a man on a mission. I am going to get John Carpenter. Like I said, I'm making sure when tickets go on sale on the 21st, the day after my birthday, that is going to be the first thing. That's basically going to be my birthday gift, is buying those VIP tickets for that Comic-Con and being able to get access to anything I want, especially being one of the first in line to grab John Carpenter's autograph and photo. So I can't wait to share that with you, Val, as well as everybody else as well. That's going to be huge. But like Michael was saying, August got Robert Englund coming up. So Michael has pried me away from Jersey. I think I'm heading to Indianapolis next stop.
All I said was he's going to be there. I'm not, you fooling yourself. I'm giving you the information. You do with it what you will, sir.
That's so true. That is so true.
Be up there.
Hey, well, I greatly appreciate you giving me the information. It is much needed information.
It's Robert, man.
Denisha saying, yes, Marcus, I love to work out. Get those muscles. That's right, Val. Denisha. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Denisha. Oh, God. I'm just so lost right now with this. Oh, so sorry, Denisha. But yes, absolutely. Get those muscles. Get that workout in for sure. Okay, so I'm going to breeze through a lot of you guys' comments because I am really behind. And I do see some of you guys here that have not touched on. Dominic St. Clair Studio saying, hey, what's going on, Dom? I hope you're having a great night. Glad to see you here in the chat. Jen Warner says, who was Nick Castle the original Michael? Yes. Yes, he is, Jen. Yes. The OG. Yes. Absolutely. Oh man, just the smile on my face don't do it justice, y'all. Honestly, it doesn't. Like, just being there in that moment, it was just like, for me, it was like being a kid all over again and watching Halloween 78 for the first time. Just It was butterflies. It's crazy. All right, so I am now caught up with a lot of you guys' comments. I see, Dom, you do have a question, so I do want to answer it real quick. Dom saying, I have a question. What do you use to edit your videos? I like to edit more videos talking about Scream, Halloween, etc. Well, Dom, I use Canva. And if you're going to invest in Canva, you can use the free version. But if you want to unlock everything, you can either pay for the yearly subscription, which is almost, I want to say after taxes, $120 a year. Or you can choose to do $12.99 a month for the monthly plan, and that unlocks everything as well. And Canva is not bad. I like Canva. It's it may not be the greatest, but especially if you're starting off, as a small time YouTuber trying to build your audience and get to over 1,000 subs and monetize and all that, Canva is a good start off point in my opinion. That's a good learning curve. I know, Jen. I know you're not really a big Halloween fan. I know that. It's okay. It's all good. Oh, no. Denise is saying I did remove someone by mistake. Who did you remove by mistake, Denisha? And I'll see if I can fix that mistake. It's okay. Mistakes happen. I make them every day. Like, it happens. All right, so guys, let's get into it here. I'm not gonna lie, I want to share some of these, photos and stuff like that from, Texas Frightmare weekend. Obviously, we're gonna start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Castle. Let me pull that bad boy up here. Oh, hold up. Oh, hold up. Something's not right. Okay, there we go. I forgot that the photo itself is like long ways or whatever and stuff. So I almost forgot. I almost thought it wasn't on here. But there we go, guys. Look at that bad boy. Look at that.
You still got the same smile on your face now you had in that picture. It's like
right?
a mirror image right now.
I know, man. Like it's just so surreal to me, Michael. Like honestly, I never ever imagined that I would be, like I said, this neck deep in just horror conventions and just wanting to meet the stars like that, and just the horror game on YouTube or anything, period, man. Like I said, I told Craven this because I shared the photo with him as well. I said, bro, thank you so much for showing me that there's people like us that it's cool to let our horror flag fly. Right. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, man,
it helps too when they're so cool. You know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody and they're cool, like that helps a lot too. Because, there are some people that aren't, very cool that you talk to. And in those moments, they aren't as special. And especially someone like Nick Castle, who, as a huge Halloween fan, that's like your Michael that you want to definitely try to meet. And then it turns out that they're cool as shit. That's just, man, that's amazing.
Yes, man. And I'm honored and privileged that within the last year, like in less than a year, I have gotten the OG Michael Myers and as well as David Gordon Green's trilogy Michael Myers, James Jude Courtney. So I got both, and both of them are great people, great with their fans, very, very cool, very endearing. Like, they really appreciate all of us, and the support that we show these characters that they have portrayed in their careers and stuff. They are really kind and really cool with their fan base. Yeah. And it's just a surreal experience, like I said. And also I was able, because I bought this cool, sick Michael Myers print, from one of the vendors. I was able to get him to sign that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, oh man, like, and just that shot alone of him, over the banister with the knife, I felt like, because I was going to just get like a regular picture from his desk. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, why do that? You got this beautiful piece of artwork that, is from Halloween 78, the over the banister scene. Like that, you can get that signed. Why get anything else? So I took that opportunity, and man, like I said, it's just, oh, it's so surreal, man. It is so surreal. Like I can't believe that. I still can't believe I actually met Nick Castle, the original Michael Myers. Like, as a huge Halloween fan, being it's my favorite franchise, like I said, this is like childhood memories for me, man. Like my childhood coming full circle, if you will. You know what I mean? At least to a good, I want to say 60%. The other 40% is John. And then I would like to get Jamie Lee Curtis at some point if she ever shows up at one of these conventions. That's another thing, I would like to get as well. But man, like that's a huge deal, man. Like I love it. And I love the fact that I get to be able to share these moments here with you guys here on the channel as well with you, Michael, here on the panel, joining me here tonight. Like, man, it's just such a cool experience. Like I'm still getting tongue tied talking about this shit. It's so crazy. But I also have some other photos here. And this one I'm going to show you guys actually isn't of Texas. My phone was dying, but I was actually able to catch it on the plane because we had to switch planes on my way back. We stopped in Nashville. So I was able to catch this sick overview shot of Nashville at night. And it's beautiful. I saw that. I was like, man, I got to get that shot. You know what I mean? Like, that's just amazing. That's an amazing overview of Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah,
and then,
awesome.
Yeah, it is, man. Like, it really is. Like, that's another stop I would like to make, too, is Nashville. See what they got down there. And this is Texas. This is an overview of Texas. And I'm actually posted an even better photo on a community post. So if you guys want to see even better photos of the overview of Texas, go check out the community post that I posted earlier. Texas is beautiful, you guys. Like, especially where I was at in the Irving, Las Colinas area. There is so much to do where the convention center is. Right there across the street, you have the Westin Hotel where all the stars are going to be staying. Then right beside that, you have all these other like restaurants. You have the Toyota Music Factory. They had live mariachi bands playing. I'm not going to lie, because at that time, me and Destin were going to try to get something to eat and all that. I wish I would have got pictures and photos of that. However, at night, I was able to catch this shot. And I know Merrill Haggard would really appreciate the name of this restaurant. Bro, I saw that. I said, I got to get that shot. Like, come on now. Like, as soon as I saw that, I just heard Merrill Haggard singing in my head, Mama tried to make me better. Reminds me of Strangers, too. Like, but Texas, like I said, is beautiful, man. Like, I hope that next year, I hope from now on, Texas Frightmare keeps it at Irving Convention Center. Because Destin did tell me that the year before they had it at the Hyatt Hotel, which is like right next to the airport, or it's attached to the airport. And he said it was just like so convoluted because you got all the convention goers and then you got also people coming off flights. And he said it wasn't just, it was just so crammed. And here at Irving, there was so much room and they did such a great job of spacing everything out, as well as keeping the long lines down. Like I was watching some of these long lines for some of these, celebrities, and they was like knocking them out 6 people at a time. You know what I mean? All right, I can take 7 people over here now, or whatever. It's not like they did such a great job organizing everything.
Yeah, like you go to Whorehound Cincinnati, dude. It's like standing in a closet. Like
I know.
I absolutely hate it. You know what
That
I mean?
was my
literally
first
right
one.
down the street for me. Like I can literally drive 5 minutes away and get to Whorehound in Cincinnati. But when I go there, it's just like, dude, it's like everybody in here is sick. I know they're sick. I'm gonna get sick, because you're so boxed in.
So boxed in.
It puts you so uncomfortably close with people you don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, excuse me, but you're just stuck in there like this. And it's, will I go next year? Of course I will. You know what I mean? But it's only because I live so close. You know what I mean? That's
right.
That's the only reason. But yeah, I'm hoping that Indy's better. Whorehound in Indy is more spread out. I'm really hoping so. But like I said, when I do go to Scarefest in Lexington, that's wide open, man. You could stand there with both of your arms out and,
wow.
You won't touch anybody. But there's probably 3 or 4 times as many people in Scarefest as there is at Whorehound.
Oh, okay. Is Scarefest like outdoor?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Indoor.
It's just like a huge convention.
It's huge. Yeah.
Okay.
It is absolutely huge.
That's going to have to probably be on the list for next year and stuff. And I will say Cincinnati Horror Hound was my first ever convention last year in 2022.
Okay.
Or whatever. Yeah. And that's where I met Matthew, Jamie, and Dick Warlock.
Okay.
And stuff. And I like it. I liked it, but I agree with you. It was really boxed in.
Yeah, man.
It
Like
really was.
When I went there, the last 2 times I went there, I could bear I got weekend passes both times, and I only went Friday and Saturday both times. And then like Saturday is like a half a day, and then I'm out. You know what I mean? Like it was like that both years, just because there's so many freaking people there. Like it gets more frustrating than anything else for that one. For sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I definitely agree though, man. That Horror Hound, like it was cool, like I said, first experience going, all that stuff, but they could definitely do a better job with maneuvering things and stuff like that and not having it so crowded, or at least maybe try to find a different building to where it has more room. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, because it's in a place called the Sharonville Convention Center. And
yeah.
It's just, oh God, man. Like I'd be disappointed if it went downtown, because that means I have to drive farther, but at the same time, it's like, guys, this is just way too small of an area to be housing this many freaking people. Like it's nuts.
Right. Absolutely. I agree with you on that, Michael. Like it definitely was. Like I took my friend Sierra with me, and we had a great time, but even she was like, I ain't gonna lie, it's a little crammy in here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You know what I mean? So definitely the goal is, to find conventions to where we can breathe a little bit.
And I think that's one of the reasons, other than the great cast of people that are always there, that Scarefest, it's so wide open, man. And there's so much to do. And it's in one area. Like with Horror Hound, it's in like, go in this room for this, then go in this room for this, go in this room for this. And we have like a 10-foot wide hallway that connects them all. And we're going to sit like 900 people in that hallway at a time. And it's just like, you got to be freaky, dude. If there's a fire, we're going to die. Like there's no way we're all getting out of here. There is no way we're all getting out of here.
Right. Exactly. Man, I'm definitely going to have to add Scarefest to my list for next year of conventions to go to. I might mess around and do Texas again and then do Scarefest later on in the year.
It's a good one, man.
That's another state I've always wanted to go to, is Kentucky.
That's all right.
That's all right. Well, also my hope is that one time, I don't know if he would, I would obviously try to hit up his handler and stuff, but one of my, I'm a big wrestling fan. I would love to meet Jim Cornette, and he's from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if he would be able to come to Scarefest, because, some of the wrestlers do come to the horror conventions and stuff. Man, that would be so cool if Corny would be able to show up, because I'm a massive fan of his.
There's really only one wrestler I want to meet, man. And if I'm being 100% honest, it's the fucking Nature Boy, dude. If the Nature Boy came walking in, I'm telling you, the beer's on me, brother. Let's sit it down, because when I was a kid, everybody was a Hogan fan, but I was the one throwing these up. You know what I mean? Like it was just that's my guy, dude. It's like, seriously.
I'm right there with you, man. Like a lot of my friends were Hogan fans, you know what I mean? NWO, this and that. Not me. I love Ric Flair. You know what I mean? That name, the strut, the promos, everything. Like when they say, in my opinion, he's the greatest wrestler of all time, that's no joke.
Well, shoot, man, my days with Ric Flair go back to the NWA, and when he was fighting Magnum TA and Boris Karloff, or not Boris Karloff, but Nikita Koloff, and people like that. You had the Midnight Express, you had the Rock and Roll Express.
Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express.
We would go to those because we couldn't afford to go to WWE, so we'd go to NWA, and that was closer, and it was only like $10 to get in. So my dad would be like, "Yeah, we could go." Like it's NWA, like. Everybody was rocking the mullets. You know what I mean? It was just like Ronnie Garvin was in there killing it, dude. It's just like all those names, like, that you would see in WWF in the later years, once they're, Dusty Rhodes was in there, dude. Bro, all them guys.
I wish he was still with us, man.
Yeah, all them guys were in there.
Yes, Dusty's another one. I wish Dusty was still with us. Hard times. That's that dude, man. Him and Flair. I think it's so hard to argue how that cannot be viewed as the greatest rivalry of all time. Like,
Yeah, it's up there, man.
it's up there, man. That was such a good rivalry. Like, I know that was like obviously before my time, but bro, I go back and I watch that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And compared to especially how wrestling is today, that was different level stuff back then.
Yeah,
Like,
it was definitely different. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like the gimmicks,
absolutely.
everything was definitely different. But that was my childhood, and the
Right.
wrestling that I watched. I am older, so I didn't really get into the later stuff. I watched it up until probably off and on up until probably WCW and WWE merged. And then I
Right.
went off to the military and I never really watched it,
Right.
since
Yeah,
then.
and honestly, that's where you can make a case, and that's when wrestling started to change and wasn't as good anymore. You know what I mean? I like wrestling when there's multiple territories that you can pick from.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And stuff. It makes it a lot more interesting because then you do get those dream matches you want to see.
Oh, when ECW first came out, man, I was all over that. Like Sabu. Dude, Sabu was freaking crazy. And Tez
Rob
and
Van Dam, the
Rob Van
whole
Dam. Yep.
fucking show. Yes, bro.
I was
Yes.
at a thing when Brian Pillman died, and I met Steve Austin because Brian Pillman was from Cincinnati. Yeah, he was from Cincinnati, so they had a memorial here. And
Wow.
I got to meet Stone Cold Steve Austin in like 98 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 98 when that happened.
And I met him and Sonny. And back then, Sonny was like the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Right.
Point,
and she was like the first inaugural diva of WWE. Yeah.
Somewhere
Man,
I have two Polaroid pictures of me with them too. Somewhere. I don't know where they are at this point, but I know I didn't.
If you ever find them, definitely share.
I'll put them on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely, bro. That's so cool. I mean, and it's unfortunate the circumstances, but meeting Stone Cold and Sonny, like that's really cool, man. Especially Stone Cold. That's like one of my all-time dreams up there too. Outside of the horror stuff, is meeting Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Like, that's my dude, man. Like, I love him. Like, absolutely love Stone Cold.
He was so much different in person than he was on TV. That's what I remember. Because you got to think this was 25 years ago at this point,
right?
He was cool as shit. Like he had the WWE belt with him and everything, and he's like, "You want to hold it?" And I'm like, "Okay," and he just puts it on my shoulder, and I'm a little guy as it is. You know what I mean? And then that was before I went into the military, so I was even smaller. And this belt is like this big on me, and you would think I was probably like 13, but I was
they said the belt was like 40 pounds.
Yeah, I was like almost 20. You know what I mean? Like,
bro,
it was big, and that was such a cool thing because as much as people didn't like Brian Pillman or Flying Brian, because of his gimmick,
awesome.
Yeah, he was a good dude, and he was literally grew up 15 minutes from where I grew up. So it was nice for them to do that because they did it at the high school in the city that he grew up in. They put a ring in the gym and everything, and they had matches, and they let some of the
that's
local.
Awesome. That is an awesome tribute.
Yeah, they let some of the like younger local kids wrestle, and then of course Stone Cold came out and stunned every one of them. At some point, it was cool. It was super cool.
I'm not gonna lie. What I would love to hear in person, if anybody wants to see Vince McMahon get his ass whipped, give me a hell yeah.
Right.
Like, bro, like,
he was cool.
Oh man, I'm gonna get there one day, man. I'm gonna get there. I gotta meet him too. Definitely. All right, so let me breeze through some of you guys' comments. I know I'm a little bit behind. I do want to say hello to Jamie Hart. Jamie, if you're still here in the chat, thank you for stopping in. I greatly appreciate you being here tonight. And Jamie, I did want to run it by you that in Texas, I've seen a lot of people with Twin Peaks shirts on. So now that's a movie that I definitely got to hop on even more so now, because I know you mentioned it a few times here during my live streams before, and I've never watched it yet. So maybe, Jamie, if you're not busy over the next couple weeks, maybe that's something we can do for a live watch party on a Wednesday night together, because usually I have off Wednesday nights, and that's where I'm trying to have my watch party. So, Yeah, I seen a lot of people up there with Twin Peaks shirts on, and I seen him, and I thought of Jamie. I'm like, man, Jamie, has been pushing that movie for a long time now.
Now, are you sure that that wasn't the restaurant Twin Peaks, which is a version of Hooters for the most part? It's also called
no.
Twin Peaks. Are you sure that they didn't have those shirts on saying,
I'm 100%
I went to
sure.
Twin Peaks?
I'm 100% sure. I seen one of the shirts had like blood on it and stuff, and it had like the characters, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to check this out because like I said, I instantly thought of Jamie, and I'm like, she has been pushing that for a hot minute, so now I got to get on the ball and watch it. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, Jamie, if you're still here, leave it in the chat. I think Jamie said she's actually in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if you were joking around, Jamie, or what. But I think she said she was in there as like one of the cast members. So, Jamie, if you were, definitely leave a comment and let me know if I'm right about that or
That's
if I'm
awesome.
mistaken. Okay, Jen said, I spent a weekend in Nashville. I would love to definitely spend a weekend in Nashville and take in the sights for sure. It looks beautiful at night. Wayne, see, I don't understand why that is. Wayne saying there are no horror conventions in Australia. That, to me, that's a little bit shocking because horror has such a reach even overseas. Like I would think that, somebody would want to have a convention and some of the stars might want to go down there. That's interesting. What do you think about that, Michael?
If you have a convention, like let's say that you are hosting a convention, I wonder if part of getting the people there is you have to fly them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I can think of. Like, hey,
right.
We want you to come here, so we're gonna have to spend this money to fly you here. And I wonder if that has something to do with it. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the first thing that pops in my head to say.
That makes a lot of sense. And plus, that is like a long flight. And especially if they're already like booked up, that could be very difficult for them to probably make those trips overseas like that. It still would be nice to see. And hopefully, Wayne and everybody else, all my, Australians who watch this channel, and as well as from England and all that stuff. I know Gina, my chunky Geordie, she's from the UK. Hopefully, even if it's just once a year, hopefully you guys can get a convention down there. That would be really, really cool.
And I mean, it also helps with people like me and you and everybody else that does it, man. If we're at those conventions, turn on a camera, bro. Like seriously,
right.
Like and show it. Like I don't care if I can go live there and the connection's good enough. I'll do it just so the people on my channel can see this stuff. I want everybody to see the things that I'm doing. Not so much from an aspect like, look where I am. It's like, no, enjoy this with me. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Exactly.
Like, look, see what I see right now. And I always forget to do it. Like I end up getting excited and running around doing stuff. And, but definitely this year, August and especially October, the camera will definitely be rolling, and I'm going to try to give you guys, everything that I see in there. And if I see you in Indy, man, we'll jump on there and we'll start. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. No, that's something that I'm glad you pointed that out because I was able to get like I didn't go live, but I was able to get a few minutes worth of footage and stuff like that. But I have to get me a new phone because this one is like ready to check out. It keeps dying fast and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to go live for as long as I want to because within 15, 20 minutes, it's just going to say, oh, we're dying. So that's one thing I'm actually doing this week or whatever when I get paid is I'm going to grab me a new cell phone so I can have a cell phone that doesn't die so fast. So I can be able to do that because like I said, especially now if I am going to Indianapolis and especially when I go to New York City Comic-Con, I'm definitely going to want the cameras rolling, especially because there in New York, like I said, I'm buying the VIP. Like I'm buying the highest level. Yeah. I think it costs like $550. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to get access to every single live Q&A panel that I can access. Hopefully they won't have a problem with me filming. I know they did say on the list that some might not want you to film, but for the most part, people don't mind. They'll basically, it's like play it by ear per whoever's running the Q&A panel, whatever.
If I was a little more, just better at it, You know, like I'm getting better at this stuff, but I have a
Right.
GoPro. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't take anything for me to just pull out the GoPro and go. You know what I mean? But
Right.
there's no excuse for me. Like seriously, I'm
See, that's interesting because my buddy has a GoPro. I wonder if he still has it. I might have to hit him up and be like, "Let me buy it off of you."
let me use that GoPro for a minute, dude.
Yeah, I need that GoPro. You know what I mean? Like, no, those are definitely. It definitely does come in handy too because you have basically the selfie stick to where you don't gotta hold your phone or none of that. You can just
Right.
maneuver however you want. You
And
know what I
for
mean? So
people of my, height and stature, it gives you a little higher of a view to hold it up like that. You can actually see over stuff.
heck yeah. Yeah, that is very, very true. Because I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not the tallest guy neither. Like I'm 5'9", 5'10". And sometimes, especially when them stages, they're especially where you're seated,
Yeah.
them stages could be far away. So
Yeah.
with a GoPro, especially because you know how advanced it is, man, you'll zoom in one time and it's like you're right in front.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
And
really
so,
good. Like I have the Hero 8. I think they're up to like the Hero 10 now, I think, because
okay.
I've had it for a little while, but it still does the job. And as long as you get like a second battery that you just go and charge with two of them, you could probably get most of the day if you wanted to with both of them. You could probably get about 3 hours recording video, maybe a little less than that. Per battery. So, I mean, I doubt you'd be filming for like 4 to 6 hours. But you
Right.
definitely get some, good footage and stuff, especially
Oh,
if you want to make a
absolutely.
video when you get home and edit and, put stuff in it for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like my buddy was schooling me on to his GoPro because he does like cars and stuff like that, car conventions. He's like really big into drag racing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the one night he had me take a ride because he has a 357Z. So we went to take a ride or whatever one night, and he's just like, "Yo, turn the GoPro on." He's like, turn the GoPro on and just go live or whatever, record or whatever, and I'm gonna cut all these footages of us going through all these city streets. I'm gonna cut all that up and throw it on Snapchat and Instagram and all that stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, the magic he's able to do with that, and once he edits, it's crazy. Like it's definitely nice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So Dominic St. Clair's studio says, yes, I met him on set for the remake of Spider Baby. He came on set and set up, and I went to talk to him, and I said, it's nice to meet you. And he said, hey, man, I'll talk to you later. I'm busy right now. I don't know Dominic, who are you talking about? I'll have to see if you mentioned that in your other comment, but he said he left because he had another shoot to go to. Even though this shoot was supposed to be all day, he needed to apply makeup to the actors. I'm thinking he's talking about Tom Savini. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
He needed to apply makeup to the actors for morning, afternoon, but then he was already booked on another set. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he definitely blew you off to be rude or anything. I think he was just busy, Dom. And yeah, man, hopefully the next time you go to a convention that he's at, hopefully you do get to get him, and hopefully he's not too busy or has to do anything. That would be really, really cool. Tom Savini, he's the man at those masks and all. He's a goat. You can even say he's the greatest at doing them. I know Christopher Nelson is really, really good as well. You know what I mean? But Tom Savini, he's like the old school like goat. Like he's the one who really started doing that stuff and really was put on the map with it, at least from what I know. So yeah, man, that would be really cool if you can get him at some point. Okay, so let's get some more of you guys' comments. Jen Warner saying, I want to meet my heartthrob Kurt Angle. Let's go. Well, Jen, Kurt is literally he lives 3 or 4 hours away from me, depending on how far Pittsburgh is away from York. But we live in the same state, So, I mean, I'm a fan of Kurt Angle too. He's awesome. You know what I mean? You can't be mad. Olympic gold medalist with a broken freaking neck. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, definitely respect some Kurt Angle. That's what's up, Jen. That's what's up. Hey, you never know, Jen, if you're ever able to make it to one of these horror conventions. Sometimes these wrestlers show up there, so you never know. Kurt might show up to one of them, and you might be able to see him. I will say this, Jen, if he's ever at a convention that I'm at, I'll be sure to get an autograph and a picture to share with you because yeah, again, I'm a big wrestling fan, and Kurt, I'm a fan of his. I think he's a great wrestler. I mean, obviously, he was a real life, wrestler. He's an Olympic wrestler and all that stuff. So yeah, and also he was a great character when he was in WWE. So if I ever get that honor and privilege to meet him and get an autograph and picture, Jen, I would definitely share that with you. Okay, Dominic Sinclair saying who I really want to meet is Jamie because he is a comedian in horror. I'm assuming you're talking about Jamie Kennedy, Dominic. And if that is the case, I was fortunate to meet Jamie last year at Horror Hound in Ohio, in Cincinnati, well, Sharonsville. And I got a photo out with him, and really cool, really nice. Like much like Matthew and everybody else that I've met so far as well, really endearing and grateful for his fans. Dino saying Dusty and Rick's feud was amazing. Absolutely. Class, like I said, it's arguable that it's the greatest wrestling rivalry of all time. I know some will say Austin versus Rock. They might choose some others, but to me, from what I've watched, I think it's Flair and Dusty. That's just me.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And Val Janowski coming through in a clutch in the chat, sharing Michael's YouTube channel link. Yes, guys, if you are a new viewer to this stream and to this channel in general, if you are not subscribed to Michael's channel, Movies and Beyonds, definitely go over there and check his channel out. He's a great guy and he has great content, and you will not be disappointed. So definitely go check his content out and become a subscriber to the channel. And real quickly, I want to say congratulations, my man Michael, on reaching the 500 sub goal, buddy. I know that you hit me up the other night, and I unfortunately wasn't able to make it, but I definitely wanted to plug that in here on this stream and stuff and celebrate a little bit with you, man. That's a feat, man. Honestly, I remember when I got 500 subs, and I'm just like, okay, now we're getting some traction, and buddy, it's only up from here.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
appreciate
I mean?
that, man. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I will say this too. I was able to tune in to watch a little bit your live stream that you had with Cecil and the horror show channel and stuff like that. And that was a really great stream, buddy.
Oh, those guys actually came back for my 500 party Sunday too. Yeah, they came and hung out as well for a little while. We had a good time. They're really good guys, man, and they're really excited about this Dylan's New Nightmare. So
I'm excited for it too. I actually I tried to reach out to Cecil's email that he had on his channel, and I didn't hear anything back, so I figured he might have been busy. But then I tried to message him on Instagram, and for some reason the link that they put in the videos it's a broken link. So then I searched it up in Instagram, and I did find one that was similar with the same name as his, and I reached out. So hopefully I got the right one.
Hit Dylan's New Nightmare there.
Okay.
Because they had an issue with it and it got shut down, so they had to make another one. And I'm pretty sure that's why. But yeah, man, they posted our reaction on their channel when we did the reaction to their trailer. It's actually up. So there's 3 different videos. One they did with some people. 2, they had mine on their second one where I did that initial reaction to it. And then the third one has the live stream that me and you did. And they watch it and they comment through it, and they gave us nothing but praise for our stuff, man. Definitely a good group of guys, man. As soon as you get a hold of them, I'm pretty sure that they'll reach right back out to you.
Yeah, because they did comment on the stream that we did, touching on the trailer and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely do think that they'll, definitely be want to come on, and that would be so cool and stuff. But man, I seen that earlier that they were reacting to, the fans, trailer reaction. So I got to watch that in its full entirety because I was on there. That's when I was looking for the links and stuff. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, I got to check that out. I'm checking that out to the stream.
It is definitely a blast. Those guys are great, man. And the more that I talk to them, the cooler that they are, and they're always willing to talk about horror or anything else.
Right.
But Cecil really likes to blast my man Michael though. So just be ready for that one.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, listen, I understand not everybody is a fan of Michael Myers. You know what I mean? I get that. I respect everybody's feelings and opinions towards it. You know what I
but
mean?
there's nothing wrong with a playful little jab every now and then. I guarantee
There's
that.
not. There's not at all. Not at all.
Nothing
You got to
wrong
be able
with
to have fun. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Sidney Prescott sucks. To hell with you. You know what I mean? Like, no.
And two, I bring this up on my streams all the time when we do live streams because Matt, who I do my live streams with,
Yes.
dude, we can't see eye to eye on anything. I mean, whatsoever. Dude, you asked me what the best Halloween movie is. I'm like, Halloween 78. He's like, Rob Zombie's Halloween. So that'll tell you right there the gap that we have. But that's what makes the show so interesting. It's not everything that he says. I'm like, yeah, I agree 100%. That's exactly how it is. Who wants to watch two people agree with each other all the time? It's like,
exactly.
Respectful debates is one of the things that make horror so great is everybody sees everything differently.
Yes.
And it makes it fun. You know what I mean? It
Absolutely.
makes it fun. And one of the things I found too that plays a big part in that is people's age. When somebody asks me and they'll tell me like, hey, Rob Zombie's Halloween is my favorite. The next question I have is, how old are you? You know what I mean? And that's not an insult. That's an honest question.
Right.
Because they'll be like, oh, I'm 31. And it's like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Because it's a different generation there.
Absolutely.
When I watched the first I was born in 78. So I watched the first Halloween movie when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And yeah, that's going to be my favorite, man. That was the Boogeyman. That was the first time I saw that mask. And all the things that came with the original 78, the mystery, the dark eyes, him not speaking, Loomis, all that stuff was put into me that made me love that wasn't given to them. The first Halloween they saw might have been Halloween 4 or Halloween 5.
Right.
You know what I mean? To where it's like, okay, well, that set the standard for me. Now I go back and watch 78. Well, that doesn't have as much action as this. It's like, look, man, it all depends on, each person. We all have our own journeys and we're all going to like different things. So
absolutely. That is so true. Absolutely, man. Like you said, it's different generation. Some people like the version of Rob Zombie's Halloween because it's a lot more brutal. Michael is a little bit more hawkish and all that stuff. And people like that. They like that brutality, that darker nature and stuff, if you will, in terms of brutality standpoint. And where we lean against is more of the ambiance and like you said, the mystery, the story, behind this myth of a man, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with having respectful debates, you know what I mean? That, like you said, that's what makes these conversations we have so compelling.
Yeah, and I mean that's another thing too, like the things that you connect with, because as a kid I saw that and it looked like a neighborhood like mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
There is no reason why this guy did this, and this can happen right down the street. Oh shit, that's scary. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But people are gonna love things for different reasons, no matter what it is. Do I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween? No, I don't. I think it's a great slasher movie. I think it's a great slasher movie. But to me, it's just not Michael and my vision of what Michael should be. That's Michael's vision of Michael. That doesn't mean that it's Marcus's. It doesn't mean that it's
right.
That's just my vision of what made him so great to me. And that's why I feel the way I do about, those things. But as a standalone slasher, if he had a different mask on, it wasn't Michael Myers. Yeah, dude, that shit was awesome.
Oh man. Yeah. If it wasn't Michael Myers and it was just Rob's own creation of a character on Halloween night.
Yeah.
Then I think a lot of us would have who don't like his versions would have a very different opinion.
I do too, man. I do too, because they took away the mystery. Zombies movie took away the mystery. The first hour of the movie is why Michael does what he does. And that's exactly what I don't want to know.
Exactly.
Exactly. I don't want to see all this stuff. I don't want to know why he did it. That's what's scary.
Right.
That's what's scary to me.
Right. And I remember John Carpenter touched on that on one of his Comic-Con interviews when a girl asked him, what do you think about Rob Zombie's Halloween? And he said, he was too big. Number one, he was too big. He was like, and then he basically took the spirit away from the character by telling us too much about the guy. He's like, I don't want to know about that.
I've never even seen that, and I agree. Like,
Yeah, he's like,
100%.
he's a force of nature. I don't want to know what he is. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So yeah, Carpenter was even on that same boat. Like he just talked too much about the guy, and that's why I took him out of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I didn't like it much. Jamie Hart saying Twin Peaks. That's right. It is a TV show from the 90s. There was a third season in 2017. There is a movie in between. Oh, okay. I wasn't in that movie. I was in a Twin Peaks fan film called Queen of Hearts. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to check that fan film out because that's something as well that we've talked about before, Michael, and you put me on to that Friday the 13th Rose Blood fan film. Like that was awesome. Or whatever. And these fan films, some of these fan films are even better than some of the movies coming out. So I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait to add that playlist to the channel because I am going to start doing more live streams breaking down these fan films and stuff like that. But that Friday the 13th one, bro, oh man, that was good.
That makes me so happy that you're doing that, because one of the reasons I support the fan films is I don't feel like enough people do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really don't. And I want to see them succeed more than anything else because they are like us, and that's why they make these movies. So
true.
Fans making movies about stuff they want to see without any interruption from, a studio, any of that stuff to tell them they can't do this. They can do whatever they want as long as they have the money to do it. Like, not only do we get, Dylan's New Nightmare coming out, we have Never Hike Alone 2 coming out.
Yo, bro, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait for that one. I cannot wait for that one.
I know, and that's
man,
the person I want to get on my stream next is Vince DeSanti. Like that's
okay.
That's who I'm going to reach out to for that. I want to talk about Never Hike Alone. I want to talk about Never Hike Alone 2. And he had a lot to do with Dylan's New Nightmare too. So it's
okay.
It's he's got his hands.
That's
in a
right,
lot of that
Womp Stop Studios. Yes, that's right.
So if you didn't know, they're going to be at Mad Monster in July, premiering Dylan's New Nightmare in Arizona. Robert Englund's going to be there as well too. So they're like trying to get Robert to see his the movie. Whether they do or not, who knows? But there's a percentage of a chance he may. Dave McRae is going to be there in full Freddy get up on Friday. Nora Allen's going to be there to apply the makeup so he looks dead on. Vince DeSanti's going to be dressed as Ghost Jason. You could get a picture with both of them, and I think they're probably, maybe, just possibly hinting on a crossover between Never Hike Alone and Dylan's New Nightmare. Because if I quote Cecil, all he said is to do it, Dylan would just have to go to Camp Crystal Lake. You know what I mean?
Bro.
And it's like,
bro,
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying something. You know what I mean? Like, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. But I would love to get in that photo op, and I don't do photo ops, but I would love to get in a photo between those two. You know what I mean? Like, those are really good looking, Jason and Freddy's right there to throw into a picture. I definitely put that, right up there with the rest of them.
You get Tom Matthews and Miko. Oh man. Bro.
That would be awesome. That would be that would be awesome.
Man. That's somebody else. It's interesting because outside of obviously the horror show channel, I actually just reached out to Tom Jones Jr. on his Instagram for an interview, and that's another person I want to get on the channel as well as Tom fucking Matthews. Man, that's my boy. Like, it's nothing against Corey Feldman. Played great in Friday the 13th Part 4, but for me, my Tommy Jarvis is Tom Matthews. Man. Like Jason Lives, that's my favorite one. Like I said, that iconic line, I remember seeing it and almost getting my ass whooped by my mama when I was younger. But when he's in that boat and he's calling my Jason out, and he's like, "Come on, maggot face, come on, you pussy!" Like, bro, that line just it sticks with me forever. I would love to meet him, like as Rick.
Yeah. Jason, like when he called Jason into water like that, that's when Jason walked like a boss right into the water. You know what I mean? And that's what made me so mad about Freddy versus Jason when they dumped the sprinkler on him and he crippled like a little baby. Yeah. It's like, dude, did you not watch Part 6? Like,
Right.
this is not going to work on him.
Right. He doesn't
I'm
fear
just
the
like,
water anymore. Like, yeah, he doesn't fear the water and stuff. So I agree with that. I don't know why they would go in that direction. I mean, I guess to make Freddy look stronger, but you didn't have to do that to make Freddy look stronger in that, in my opinion,
yeah.
and stuff. So I agree with that. But yeah, man, like, wow. And you know what else? And real quick, Michael, now that we're on, Never Hike Alone 2, do you think there's a possibility we get Megan to return?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
It'd be cool.
Oh my God, that would be so sick, bro.
I mean that would. I mean, yeah. I mean, you saw the trailer for Never Hike Alone too, right?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man, yeah, you need to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check that one out.
I think I'm going to do, like, after the stream, I'll do like a quick, however long it is, like a quick 5-minute like trailer reaction, 7-minute trailer reaction to it.
Yeah.
Because I got to watch it now. But that would be really cool to get her back in it. Because I wondered in Never Hike Alone, on the first one, I'm like, I wonder if Tommy is still, like, even with her. You know what I mean?
Like married or something.
Yeah, like I wonder if they are. I mean, Rick's still hanging around. He's the sheriff now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so let's go. Let's bring Megan back. Like, let's go, man. Let's go. That would be sick. I would freak out if they did that. Let's bring the whole Jason Lives crew back. I wish we could get her dad to sheriff too, but Jason folded him in half like an accordion.
He sure did.
I absolutely love her. I gotta check out the actor's name who played her father in that film, but I love his dialogue in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so old school. You know what I mean? It is so, the verbiage is so old school. Like, oh, you're spending the night in a pooch. Iron this punk. Like, yo, bro, man. See, I want to watch Jason Lives tonight.
It's definitely a good one, man. It's definitely a good one.
I was thinking about it, right? I was thinking about the Friday the 13th franchise, and I like put it in a vacuum. And for me, after I really broke it down, I can honestly say for myself, there was only one Friday the 13th film that I really didn't care for, and that was Jason X.
I love Jason X.
And I love the appearance of Jason in that movie. I think the reason why I didn't like Jason X so much is because of the cast. You know what I mean? I didn't really care for the cast too much. Like, don't get me wrong, Lexia Doeg, she actually played in the first season of Chucky.
Yeah.
I liked her. You know what I mean? The girl who was the final girl, I liked her. But outside of that, everybody else was just like kind of to me. You know what I mean? But Jason, he looked awesome in that movie.
The only one I didn't like was Jason Goes to Hell. I wasn't into the body jumping stuff.
Okay, I'd have to say I agree with that one too. I think the reason why I didn't probably mention that is because I'm such a sucker for fucking Creighton Duke. That's my boy.
Well, dude, Creighton Dukes, yeah. Like, he should have been in more stuff.
Right.
But the thing is with Jason X is I think that it's so bad that it's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, Kane Hodder, dude, he kills it in that. Like,
yes.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. The movie is so ridiculous that it makes it great. If that makes any sense to you. Like, it's just so bad that it makes it great. And I mean, with Friday the 13th, you look at the first 4 movies. Well, you can look at 2, 3, and 4. Like, continuity wise, yes, Jason looked different in each and every one. But story wise, man, I think that, out of all of the, it's arguable with Nightmare, but it was the most consistent to the story, and it actually, even though the time doesn't make sense with it, because it's really, if you look at Friday the 13th part 2, that's Friday, part 3 is supposed to be Saturday, and part 4 is supposed to be like Monday. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like, it's not really Friday the 13th, but with that series, it's like, I want to watch. If I watch 2, it makes me want to watch 3. And if I watch 3, it makes me want to watch 4. And it kind of wraps that story up, pretty good before we start to go off the rails with Zombie Jason. Right.
No, now I think about it, I had to say, yeah, Jason Goes to Hell was kind of like, because of the body jumping and stuff. Like I said, Creighton Duke really saved the movie for me and stuff like that. I think I would put it this way. I like the whole backstory that he actually has another sibling, you know what I mean, and stuff. I think that's something we could explore maybe in a TV series if they want to go in that direction. I thought that was something different, but I do think if you were going to do that, you waited too long to do it.
Yeah, let's
You know
wait
what I
till
mean?
the ninth film to say
Yeah, the
he has
ninth film to reveal
relatives.
that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That was the one, like one of the things I had an issue with him. Like, man, okay, cool. He has a sister. That's cool. But damn, why the hell did you wait this long? Like,
You can definitely tell when New Line took over.
yes, you really can.
You can definitely take. Well, for one, Friday the 13th isn't in the title. It's Jason Goes to Hell, and it's Jason
Jason
X,
Takes Manhattan.
Well, Friday, that was the last one Paramount did. It was Friday the 13th,
okay.
Part 8. Yeah, Jason Takes Manhattan, which I enjoy, but for the most part, the ending just kills it for me. When he actually speaks and says "mama" and then gets melted into a little boy, it's just like, what are we doing here?
Right. No, I agree with that. I think if they would have did without that, the movie would have been even more enjoyable. I enjoyed the fact that they let him roam free in New York.
Yeah. For the 5 minutes that he was there. But yeah.
I know, right? Yeah. But the whole cruise, you know what I mean? I thought it was nice. I'll put it this way. Out of Michael Myers movies and Jason's movies, I think Friday the 13th did a better job of trying to get different than Michael's. I mean, after the 4th Halloween with the 5th and the 6th with the whole cult of Mike and the cult of Thorn.
Yeah. Well, it's poor, Halloween. Like, I feel bad because, 4 was good. I liked 4. And then, 4 did well. So, of course, they rushed 5, so it came out to be crap. And they added all these things that didn't make any sense. So they had to try to somewhat make sense out of it with 6, which at least they made a brutal Michael in it. His mask looked a little better, but the premise of it was just terrible.
It was.
But you did get good atmosphere, and you did get a good Michael out of it. So
no, absolutely. George P. Wilbur, in my opinion, is very underrated as Michael Myers. He doesn't get enough love. I thought in Halloween 4 and in Halloween 6, even though he had the broad shoulders that kind of look like football pads, he was amazing as Michael Myers. He had to walk down. He was brutal. He was vicious and violent. He played that role really, really well, and he definitely should get a lot more love than he does. For sure.
They should have gave my man a better mask too. One of the scenes, every time I talk about Halloween 4, I bring this up. I'm sure that the people who watch my channel that's in here already know what I'm going to say. But in Halloween 4, when he is in that bedroom and that lightning flashes and he has that knife out, dude, it's like an iconic scene to me. It's just,
yeah.
And if you were to throw that like 78 mask on him when he did that, like that would be a poster on my wall right now. Like, I guarantee it. Like, it was just freaking amazing.
I agree, man. I agree. I think I don't know if you feel this way about it, Michael. I feel like they tried to make the mask look too much like Danielle Harris.
They tried to make the mask look like her.
Yeah. I think when you really look at it, like especially when he sits up and he turns when the light flashes on him from the thunder when she's having that nightmare. You know what I mean? Just the eyes. It's really like in the eye shape and stuff. I'm just like, man, I feel like they tried to make his mask look like her. You know what I mean? And it just...
I've never even really looked at it that way. I'll have to look at it again.
Yeah, man. Just certain parts of that mask, especially in that scene when the light from the thunder flashes on him and he turns his head like that. I'm just like, man, that mask kind of looks like the eye shape looks like Danielle Harris's eye shape. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when she was younger and stuff like that. That's how I felt about it. But all in all, Halloween 4 is a great movie.
Yeah, if you ever want to see me be a babbling idiot and you are at Scarefest, she'll be there. And I haven't met her yet. I'm sure that I'll be a babbling idiot when, trying to talk to her. I guarantee that. I did the same thing with Laura Park Lincoln last year. I was like, blah, 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 nothing to really say. But with Danielle Harris, I'm sure it'll be even worse. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be even worse. Trying to talk to her.
Oh man, someday I'm gonna grab her. I'm gonna grab her. I'm not gonna lie, I really am leaning towards Indianapolis though, because it's Rob England, man, and yeah, it's Rob. It's Rob, man. Oh man. All right, so let me zoom forward to some of you guys' comments and stuff. Val saying, as well as I want to notify, I mean, you guys here, Val as well as Dino are channel members and stuff. So if you guys want to become a member to the channel here today, definitely smash that join button. Check out the tier levels that I have and see what perks are best for you. I actually re-updated the perks list today. I don't know if YouTube is done with their little review yet, but you can still look at the perks list that I put forward, the new one anyway. So definitely check out what perk level you guys would be interested in, and check it out and see which one is best for you, and become a member to the community. It'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. But Val says real quickly, Cecil and Robert are great guys. Can't wait for Dylan's new nightmare. I know, Val. I cannot wait neither. I cannot wait for that. That is going to be so awesome. And I want to do a live watch party before it comes out of Wes Craven's new nightmare. And hopefully, if those guys are available around the time, like right before they're dropping Dylan's new nightmare, hopefully we can get them here on the channel for that as well. That'd be really cool. That's right, Jamie. Jamie said, I just connected to Michael. Go connect, peeps. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks, definitely. Jamie. Absolutely. Definitely. If you are a new viewer coming across the stream, and if you have just subscribed to my channel, definitely check out my buddy Michael's channel, Movies and Beyonds. Again, you guys will not be disappointed. Great guy, and he has great content for sure. Definitely go over there. Give him a like, give him a subscribe on his videos, as well as hit that notification bell so you guys can get all the notifications when he's going live or dropping a video. Okay, so let me get to some more of you guys' comments real quick. And then I'm going to show some of these pieces of artwork that I saw at the convention that actually you can order online and stuff like that. So I'm going to be sharing that here in a second. And real quick, Craven Something Scary, Steven in the chat. Hey there, what's going on, buddy? This was at 11:05. I know I'm behind, but I wanted to acknowledge you, my friend. You know what I mean? I hope you're having a great night, Steven, and I greatly appreciate you being here, my friend.
What's up, Steven?
Okay, so I'm going to zoom forward and catch up with all of you guys' chats and stuff like that so I can, be caught up and stuff. So if I miss some of you guys' comments, I apologize, but you guys already know how this goes. When we get to talking, we get flowing and stuff. So if you have a question that you want to ask, a burning question, guys, send in a super chat. Definitely helps out the channel. And plus, I want to be able to get to your questions as best as I can. So if you have a question that you really want me to answer, send in a super chat and I'll be sure to answer it, as well as Michael as well. Hey, XV Ryan, another one of my channel members, actually a killer level member. What's going on, Ryan? Talking to Jamie and them in the chat, but I just wanted to, acknowledge you and say what's up to you, my friend. And Ryan, I am going to be messaging you here over the next few days, and we're going to talk about putting together a stream or something together, buddy. So keep an eye out for your Instagram messages. Oh, man. Man, everybody's all over the place in August, man. Craven Something Scary saying Danielle Harris is in Houston in August. Man. So many great names. It's just where do I go?
Maybe I'll hit that Mega Millions tonight, right? I think
right. I might just have to do that. Jen Warner saying, I'm getting tired. It was great talking to you all. Have a great night. Hey, Jen, you get some rest and you have a great night too. I will catch you later. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us.
Night, Jen. Thank you.
Oh man, so many great names going to be all over the place. Sorry. I will get there accordingly. Oh, Jamie Hart is going to be at Scarefest. There you go.
I will definitely be down there. Matt will be down there. So we'll be running around probably with a camera for a little while, I'm sure, at some point. But we'll be.
You guys definitely got to get a picture together and send it to me.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. That would be so cool if you guys got to meet up down there. That would be really, really cool. I love that. That's why I said, like, my best, the best part about Texas wasn't just getting the castle, it was hanging out with Destin. Like I said, getting to hang out with the horror fam in person, it was just great. It was fun. A lot of fun. And speaking of which, so let me share some of these photos here for me and Destin. You know what I mean? We actually, we're probably going to use this one as our podcast channel overlay. Yeah, just, messing around, doing stupid stuff. Doing stupid poses and stuff, trying to be funny. And then this one was here at the Green Gator Bar and Grill, right there on the strip across from the convention, right across from the Westin, I should say. And I'm going to plug it in here just in case any employees from the Green Gator ends up ever watching this channel or this stream. Definitely, if you are in the Irving, Texas area and you are looking for some great food as well as some great prices on drinks, if you're, you like to have a sip, if you like to, unwind and stuff, definitely check out the Green Gator Bar and Grill there in Irving, Texas. Great food, great prices. You will not be disappointed. The staff is awesome, very welcoming. You guys will have a good time if you happen to be in the Irving, Texas area and stop in there and check it out for sure. You guys won't be disappointed. I know next year when I go back, I'm going to check out the Green Gator again and get some food again there. Okay, so now I want to show some of these artworks from Jim Ferguson Making a Scene, and I talked to you about it backstage, Michael, and stuff like that. So, guys, this guy, at least his handlers, they do be at the convention. However, if you are at a convention and for some reason, you can't, if you see a piece of work from Jim that you liked, but, maybe funds are tight and stuff like that, you know what I mean? He does have an online store called JimFergusonMakingAScene.com. And I want to plug it in because, guys, he has some really, really cool artwork. And I'm talking about this guy does every genre of movie type of artwork. And I'm going to show you guys some of the pictures here. And Steven, if you're here, my man, if you're still here, look at that top left corner, Steven. Look who it is. It's your boy Stu. That's another one I'm actually going to be getting as well. And here, I'm going to actually put it on full screen. Let me take this down real quick. This comment off. Okay, hold on. Let me go over here and then bam. Real quick, I will pull your comment back up real quick, Jamie. I just want to add this up to full screen real quick so everybody can get a good look. Look at that. Like, that's just talent right there, guys. Like,
yeah, it is. Look at that. That's definitely.
And look at that Jason one. Bro.
Yeah, the Jason one's cool, but is that Nightmare Before Christmas in the middle there at the bottom? Yeah, that looks really cool too.
Yep. And then you obviously got Evil Dead on the top right. I want to think that this one in the middle is Jack Nicholson, maybe in Batman.
Or The Shining.
Joker.
The Shining.
Or The Shining. Yeah, okay, there we go. I just thought the coat maybe, was a little Joker-ish, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, this guy, he's just incredible. And guys, the prices are great. So for all these ones right here that you see on this screen, if you go online and you want to purchase these size prints, $20. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 prints these size for $100 or whatever, something like that or whatever. But for a single print this size, $20. And at the convention, if you do happen to see it there, he has it already in a frame. So if you were to buy it at the convention and you wanted to frame it, the frame comes with it. You ain't got to worry about buying the frame for it. Like, I seen these there and I'm just like, man, funds was tight, but then I talked to the guy and he was like, hey, here goes his website, check it out. And you can order right from online. And yeah, he had this one of Halloween 78 when Michael was out front of his house and his parents are standing next to him with the clown suit on.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man, bro. I damn near evaporated. Like, I was just like, yo, like, wow. And I was so upset because I wasn't able to buy it then because funds were tight. And I tried looking it up here online and I don't think he has any in stock online. So I'm going to have to wait until he gets some more in stock and stuff. But as soon as that bad boy drops, ka-ching, take my money. Take my money, man. I need that.
It's in the house, right?
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like, man, that's just amazing. And I want that Jason one too. That Jason one is like, I love how you see the light from basically like the night sky beaming down into the water.
So it looks like does he have yellow gloves on there?
Yes.
So that's gonna be a part 6.
Yes. Yes. That's when Tommy drowns him with the chain on. You can see the chain on there too.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro. That's what I said. I saw that and I thought of you. I was like, yo, Michael would absolutely love that. Yeah. Like, that is sick, bro. So sick. Like, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to do shopping, y'all. He might break my ass, but it's gonna be worth it. Oh my God. Like, man, it's just it's so cool, you know what I mean, how some of these vendors are able to create things like this. Like, it's astonishing. Like, that's talent and that's skill. Like, wow. Like, whew. So Steven, Steven, if you're still here in the chat, let me know what you think about that Stu Mocker one, man. I know you're like, oh man, that's great, man. Like, it looks good, man. Like, that was the first one I actually saw when I came up to the vendor and stuff. And I was like, man, that thing is a thing of beauty. It is. Definitely got to do some shopping on Jim Ferguson making a scene. All right, so let me take this one off. Okay, so yeah, I think that is all of them. Yeah. Oh no, I do have one more. Okay, so guys, so if you're looking for some cool blankets, you know what I mean, and stuff, let me put it back on full screen real quick. If you guys are looking for some cool blankets, see, I can't even get it there or whatever and stuff. I should have zoomed in better, but I got the link here basically or whatever. So psychoworks.com. He does a whole bunch of horror blankets and stuff like that. And I'm talking like sick designs, like worth it. And I'm talking about these blankets are huge for like $75. And he has them there at the convention. But he also said, hey, if you want to order it offline, if you can't, afford it there at the convention, he said, check him out, email him which one you want exactly, and he'll make sure it gets sent out to you and all that stuff. So psychoworks.com. Definitely check him out. He has some amazing stuff. And he also, as you can see here in the photo, he has some prints for sale as well. And he has them on his online store. Like, those were the two vendors that really, outside of, the artwork that I got, and I forget the other vendor's name. I had to grab him the next time. He said he's at these conventions almost every convention and stuff. But these are the two that really stood out to me because of the artwork behind, their material. It was amazing. So guys, definitely check it out. Psychoworks.com. If you guys are looking for some cool horror blankets, some cool horror prints, as well as Jim Ferguson making a scene. If you would like a certain scene from a movie, one of your favorite movies, put into a piece of art, definitely check those sites out. They're phenomenal work on those guys' end. I can't wait to buy that Jason artwork and that Michael one. That's going to be, it's going to be so cool.
Last year I was at a convention. This guy, he had this big tub of DVDs, right? And I'm a big physical media guy, so I can't help myself. So I'm just looking through it, and I pull out Halloween 6, The Curse, and it's on DVD, right? I love Blu-rays, I love 4Ks, but for some reason DVDs. And I just look at it, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Halloween 6, and I go to put it away. And he's like, you want it? I was like, no, I'm good. It's Halloween 6. He's like, and he looks at me, he goes, $1. I was like, fine.
That's great. $1. Fine. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Man, that's fucking funny as shit. But hey, man.
There it is.
There it is.
And then it is $1 last year. I'm just like, fine.
One thing I can say about at least the poster art for Halloween 6 is actually pretty good.
It's just like $1. I'm like, okay, fine.
Right? I mean, you can't beat that, man. Take it. You got to take it for what it is. Like $1. All right, yeah. Even though I don't like it much, I'll take it. Let's go.
The guy next to me just starts laughing because I'm like, fine. You know,
Yeah, right. Oh, bro, I probably would have lost it too.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm trying to get rid of this tub of DVDs, basically, is what he's saying. But it's like, yeah, man, you can, you find cool stuff down there like that. It's cool.
Absolutely. Two boys and their scary pops. What's going on, Eric? Hope you're having a great night, buddy. Saying so, planes, trains, and automobiles too with Marcus and Justin. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Hey, sign the contract, you know what I mean? Throw a couple hefty dollars in there. Hey, I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm all for it. That is so funny. Good stuff. Good stuff, Eric. I appreciate that. I'm going to have to show Destin that comment. That's good stuff. Eric saying, would be so cool to be able to draw like that. I know, man. Trust me. I wish I could draw like that too. I really do. That would be so cool. Like, oh man. There's, like I said, there's so many talented individuals within this, spectrum of horror that we have. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Whether it's through film, through actual artwork and stuff, the artwork of horror in general, in my opinion, is like one of the most beautifulest forms of art in the world, in my opinion. Like, I love it. You can get so creative with, horror movies and stuff like that, and the artwork that you can come up with it. Oh man. So real quick, Val saying LOL Michael. Yeah, that is funny.
Can't help it. It's $1. Fine.
Two boys saying what? Wait. Oh, okay, I'll buy that for $1. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, okay. So real quick, Eric's coming in saying Michael Movies and Beyond's Critical Overlord mentioned Blumhouse. If they got rights for Friday the 13th, they would make movies for every year as much as possible. Thoughts? Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this, man. Fire away.
Okay, my first thought is a question. Are they going to make Friday Ends? Because if they do, I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh man. He really went there. He said Friday Ends. Yeah. Oh man.
Would I be excited for the updated Jason? Were they going to stick to the roots like they did Halloween 2018? Would they continue it from part 4? I'd be all about it. Bring some people back. There were plenty of survivors in that movie. Yeah, that'd be cool. But once they got to Friday Ends, man, you think I went nuts over Halloween Ends. It's going to be a rant stream. It'll be like your stream when Halloween Ends came out.
Man.
Like I literally, and I love sharing this story when I'm with you, dude. Like seriously, I finished watching Halloween Ends and I went to the people I'm subscribed to see who was live because I knew there were going to be people live. And the first one that popped up was I shot him 6 times. So I was like, well, he probably saw it. So I clicked on it and I click on it and you had a picture up. Your face wasn't on there. It was just you talking. There was a picture up there. And all I hear is, no. I was like, oh, yeah, he saw it. I was like, I guarantee he saw it.
Oh, yeah, he saw it.
Oh, he fucking saw this shit. Like you had been going for a minute, I'm sure. But when I clicked on it, I just came into a barrage. It sounded like Loomis in Halloween 4. You know what I mean? Just no. Like, dude, you were livid. Oh, and I probably listened for about 15, 20 minutes, and I was like, yeah, so I'm not alone on this. It's just fucking.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And what's funny about it is when you really think about it, Halloween Ends in so many ways kind of took a page out of Jason's playbook by making a copycat Michael Myers. We saw that with Friday the 13th, Part 5, The New Beginning. And the difference, though, is, in my opinion, Friday the 13th actually did it right. You know what I mean?
So the thing, the difference is with that is they didn't end a trilogy that way. So
That's right.
if you had Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, and they did that shit, come on, man. You gotta be freaking serious. Come on.
Right.
You
They
know,
did it right.
biggest
A new beginning
complaint with Ends is the fact that not that they did something different, not that they made a side story, not that Michael was only in it for 7 minutes or 10 minutes or 11, however many minutes he was in it, was the fact that they sold this movie as the epic finale, the epic showdown, the epic conclusion, 44 years in the making, and you're gonna give them like a 3-minute little tiff. You know what I mean?
Part.
Then you're gonna throw my boy in a blender and say that's it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's he also asked what would I build from if I was going to build from that in the Friday series. I would go from Part 4. I would finish it up, finish up Part 4, and somehow, he comes back for that. You bring Corey Feldman back, you can bring Trish back, because they're both still kicking, and I'm sure that Corey Feldman, he'd jump right back in if asked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's a way to do it, and I think the Blumhouse could pull that off, considering what they did with Halloween 2018, which I am a very big fan of. I think that they would be able to pull that off. I would just be nervous about where it's going to go after that. If you talk about every single year, then it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm getting nervous. But if you're going to give me a Friday the 13th on par with the brutality of Michael and Halloween Kills and some of the epic shit that happened in that movie. Now, I'm not saying it's a great movie. I do enjoy it. Some of the dialogue and, some of the stories and some of the actors that they had playing certain people, I wouldn't have chosen. But then again, I'm just a guy with a microphone and I'm not in Hollywood. I feel like, I think that Jason needs his time. Like, seriously. I know
I agree, man.
Crystal Lake story shit is coming out soon. I'm super excited about that. That's supposed to lead into a movie. And I'm telling you, I have ideas for that. And I don't know if I've talked to you about them to what I have in mind for that, but I would love for them to start that show. Just to start the show with Jason. Full hockey mask and everything, chasing somebody. He kills him, and then he stands over and he looks at the lake and he starts hearing his mom talking, and then you flash back to
Yep.
And
I remember you mentioned
bring it back. You know what I mean? And go into that, that older story.
Yeah.
Every now and then you can throw it back. Maybe Jason walks over here. You don't really need, a whole lot of stuff, to do with him, with the show, but just we've already been in hockey mask mode for so long with that story. Give me that lead into it. You know what I mean? Give me a big brute with a hockey mask on, and he just kind of like stares off at maybe, the lake during the daytime, and it just pans into the Camp Crystal Lake story, that this is going on in his head, this story, because that gives us not only a connection to Friday the 13th, but our connection with Jason too, because we know that this is what's going on in his head. And
absolutely.
I would love that.
I agree with you, man. Jason does deserve his time now. He does. We've gotten Halloween back. We've gotten Scream back. You know what I mean? Now it's time for Jason and Freddy to get their time back, man. Yes, absolutely. We got to get those guys back on board. I'm excited for Camp Crystal Lake. I think it's going to be really good. As soon as they announced that Adrian King was going to be a part of it, I was like, okay. This is good. You know what I mean? Now let's build on this. You know what I mean? I'm excited for it, man. Like, I really am. I wonder who else they're going to cast for that TV show.
I don't know.
I'll ask you this, Michael. Who would you like to see be cast in that TV show?
Okay, I'm going to say a name to play Pamela, that I would love. And I know that this is dream scenario, right? Like if I could pick anyone to play, it would be Vera Farmiga to play Pamela. That's who I would pick. I think that she could pull that shit off. If you've seen Bates Motel and you've seen The Conjuring, I think that she could rip that role apart, dude. And she's at that age that would be perfect for that. She's not old yet.
Right.
I mean, this girl's awesome, dude. I absolutely love Vera Farmiga. She's making cool ass horror movies, and at night she's at clubs singing Slipknot. You know what I mean? Singing Duality in front of people, dude.
Right.
She is the shit. I love Vera Farmiga. If I could put her in the blue sweater standing on the dock at Camp Crystal Lake holding that knife, bro, I am all about it. 100%.
That's an awesome choice. I can't even go against. I don't even know if I want to go against that. That's a fucking awesome choice, man. You know what I mean? I will say this: if she was younger, and she's not, but if she was, and me and Bob actually talked about this like last year sometime, we were talking about some Jason talk. Kathy Bates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
I mean,
if she was younger.
Yeah.
She was younger, bro. I'll put this way. Give me misery, Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. As Pamela Voorhees, bro. Oh man. I so wish she was younger, man, so we could get that. That would have been so cool. Like, but I like that choice, Michael. Man. I hope you get your wish, man, because I would like to see that happen.
No way. Believe me, I would love for it to happen. But they got The Conjuring 4 coming out that they're working on. If I think she's probably going to make a brief appearance in the Nun movie.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because when I met Bonnie Aarons and she signed my Nun poster, she said, "Look, don't worry, I left room for Jason and Vera to sign it too, and it's a Nun poster." And I'm like, "How would you do that?" You know what I mean? Like, it got me thinking, like, are they going to pop up in there somewhere? You know, because this is a continuation. Like, is there a possibility that they might be, you know what I mean? Now, granted, she could have just been saying,
yeah, she could have just been playing.
Right.
But she could have also not been playing.
But the movies and beyond, Michael's wheels started turning. Like, why'd she say that? Why'd she say that? Why'd she say that?
If I heard that, like, myself as well, or let's say if I got an autograph from somebody or from the set of Halloween, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll leave room for John or whatever, especially for when he does the next movie."
Yeah, it's like, why?
What do you mean? What you mean? John Carpenter's doing the next Halloween? Hold up. You know what I mean?
I know there's people in line, Bonnie, but let's have a conversation real fast.
Right, exactly.
Let me hold my phone up for
it's funny you brought her up because she was actually at Texas Frightmare and she was actually at our table hanging out, drinking and stuff like that with us and the guys.
That's awesome.
And stuff. Cool, real cool. And it's funny, I'll tell you, because like I said, the first night I missed, I didn't get to go out or whatever and stuff. But Destin told me the night that, Friday night when they went out, he was like, "Yo, Marcus," he said, "I'm not gonna lie, I was so tore up." He said, "I looked at Bonnie Aarons and I said, 'Are you in a Nun too?' And she's like, 'Honey, I'm making a Nun too now.'"
I am the Nun too. That's what I'd have said. I'd be like, "I am the Nun too."
Yeah, I laugh so hard because I'm just like, "Yo, bro, that's great." I was like, that's how you know you're having a great time, though. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, man, that's cool stuff, man. I like that pick for Pamela Voorhees, bro. Like, I know it might be a stretch, but hey, anything is possible.
Scenario for me. You know what I mean? That's if Michael gets to choose, that's who it is. You know?
Well,
and I'm wondering if they're going to bring Elias into it.
Some dreams come true.
Elias into it, Jason's father.
That's interesting that you said that because when I first started doing my Shot 'Em 6 Times horror podcast, I think it was like the second or third episode, I started talking about Crystal Lake and things I want to see and stuff in it. And I'm like, in my opinion, I would love to see Jason's father Elias in it. Like, let's get some of that comic book story in here too. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm on board for some Elias Voorhees. I still want to watch the Elias Voorhees fan film. I have not got to watch that yet.
So, yeah, and CJ Graham plays Elias. Yep. He played Jason in part 6. Yeah. So he is in that playing Elias again. And that's great. The only thing I don't want them to do is if you do bring Elias into it, leave the Necronomicon out of it. I'm not a big fan of the Necronomicon having anything to do with Jason.
Me neither.
Right. So leave that part out. But Elias, maybe he's an abusive father. Maybe he's abusive to Pamela. Maybe that's how she starts losing her mind. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind Jason's backstory. I've always known Jason's backstory. And Jason isn't scary to me for the simple fact that we don't know why he does what he does. We know exactly why he does what he does.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I've always been cool with that. So I would love to dive back into that. maybe see Crazy Ralph before he's Crazy Ralph. Talked about, that with some other people on some other streams. Maybe he's just Ralph. Maybe he hasn't become Crazy Ralph yet. You know what I mean?
That's
How
true.
does he get,
wow,
lose
that's a
his
good
mind?
point.
You've got a lot of back characters, you know what I mean, that could easily slide in, and then plenty of room for new characters that maybe just don't make it to the first one.
Right. Man, my boy Ralph, you're all doomed. Let's go.
I mean, maybe he was normal at one point, like, hey, don't go up there.
No.
Y'all are doomed.
Bro, that's a really good assessment because we don't know his backstory. We don't know if maybe those years of, the murders taking place maybe took a toll on him mentally. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Being a resident, of around that area, that is definitely something that could work. And I wouldn't mind seeing, let's get some Ralph backstory as well. Like you said, maybe he wasn't Crazy Ralph at one point in time.
Yeah, he was just Ralph, right?
Right. Absolutely. Real quick, K-pop, what's going on, Katie? Popping the popcorn, stopping in, saying hi, friends. Hey, what's going on, Katie? I hope you're having a great night. And like I said, I'm off tomorrow night or whatnot. And like I said, Wednesdays, I'm trying to make Wednesdays like my official live watch party day. So, Katie, if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, we have been trying to get around to this for the longest time. But if you're not busy tomorrow night, let me know, and maybe we can get around to that Silver Bullet live watch party that we talked about months ago. Even if you have already seen it, Katie, I still would like for you to come on a channel and for us to watch that. Oh yeah, that's one of my classics, like one of my favorites of all time, bro. I love Silver Bullet. Like that's a great movie. Real quick, Everett McGill never gets no love being a villain.
Yeah.
Bro, he's such a damn good villain. Silver Bullet, Under Siege, what was it, 2, if I'm not mistaken? With Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Yep. With Steven Seagal, People Under the Stairs. Yeah. Bro, he's an amazing villain, and nobody seems to talk about him like that. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Love him. Yeah. Honestly.
Some people just go under the radar like that, man. You just don't,
They do. Man, I love his role in Silver Bullet. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's such an underrated good film, man. Man, love that. And then we had, young Corey Haim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Prime Gary Busey. Gary. You know what I mean? Holy jump, the ball-headed Jesus Palomino. That's my boy, man. Uncle Red. Uncle Red.
Gary Busey was the shit. I liked him in Lethal Weapon. I really liked him in Lethal Weapon too.
Yep.
When he was Joshua.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's another movie that, people, when it was out, it was great. You know what I mean? But people have just kind of let it go. And every time joking around with everyone, I always joke around. They're like, Die Hard's my favorite Christmas movie. What's yours? I'm like, Lethal Weapon, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're like, that's not Christmas. I was like, have you watched it? All of it was Christmas. All of it. They even had ornaments for the bad guys at the end. It says, sorry, bad guys. Nothing but cops here. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
And Lethal Weapon was, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the first film, and I could be wrong, and I don't mind being standard corrected, but it was the first film I saw that Joe Pesci wasn't the bad guy, really. He was, but he wasn't like a mobster, none of that. He was funny.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
I loved it. Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's great. Absolutely love that series, man.
Oh man, I love Joe Pesci, man. He's awesome. I love him in everything, almost everything that he's done. Or whatever, like Goodfellas, especially Casino, especially that film. He's up there, man. And I think the reason why I like him so much is because in those movies, he's always the smallest guy who does the most. He does the most damage. He's the one you don't want to see.
He's very versatile too, because as much as those hard roles that he plays, you also got to remember Home Alone. You know what I mean? And My Cousin Vinny. You know what I mean? He can play those roles too. Very versatile guy, man.
Hey there, pal.
Yeah,
We
you know what I mean?
outsmarted you this time. Get
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
here.
Like very, very versatile actor, man. He can either make you be like, holy shit, watch out for this guy,
Yep.
or he can make you like, damn, that dude's hilarious.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, Joe Pesci is amazing. I'm a huge fan of his. I would love to meet him at a convention sometime too, if possible, because he's getting up there too, man.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to watch it just because he's in it. But I know that new Pete Davidson TV show Buckus. He's like playing in it. I don't know if he's like playing Pete's dad or what. But I seen he's in it, and I'm like, okay, I want to watch it just because Joe's in it. Joe Pesci's awesome.
That's how they're pulling people in. They're like, well, we'll
Yep.
throw Joe Pesci in, and more people will watch it.
Yep, absolutely. Oh wait, they got Joe Pesci. Okay, I probably wouldn't watch this if he wasn't in it. But now that he's in it, I think I'm going to give it a watch. Like,
Now I think I'll check it out for sure.
yeah, absolutely, man. Oh, okay, Katie, that's what's up. All right. Well, oh, that's perfect. Katie says I am off tomorrow night and I still have not seen it. Well, Katie, we break you in tomorrow night. I am setting that stream up and we are going live for it. Silver Bullet live watch party tomorrow night. Just IG me what time is best for you, Katie. I'm gonna probably say maybe between 8 and 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, if that's okay. Just I'll let you decide exactly what time we go, Katie, or whatever and stuff. But oh man, I'm excited for this now. Yeah, we got to break Katie in with the silver bullet, man.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'll probably watch in your audience tomorrow because I got a little bit of free time and I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Well, I mean, if you're not busy tomorrow night, buddy, and you would like to join for the watch party, just let me know. I'll send you a link.
All right, let me see what time I get home tomorrow. But if I can't make it on to the panel, I'll definitely watch in the audience because I haven't seen that in forever, and I want to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited for this. Yeah, Katie, I think you will not be disappointed. I think you're going to really like Silver Bullet. It's really good.
Yeah,
it really is. Okay, so real quick, man, in the chat, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in. I hope you're having a great night.
Hey,
I will say, everyone, we're probably going to go like another, I want to say 10 minutes or whatever, and then we're going to call it a stream and all that. But we're going to get to some of you guys' questions, and then maybe pick a little topic to veer off into real quick over the last few minutes, and then we're going to call it a night. But Mayanne, thank you for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. And real quick, Jamie saying Everett McGill is Ed Hurley in Twin Peaks. Oh, well, that just affirmed that I'm watching it.
You need to get on that one now.
I need to get on it now. I got to get on it now. Absolutely. Yeah, Jamie, let me know what day. And obviously, like I said, watch parties are Wednesday for me is the best time. So if that works out for you, Jamie, maybe next week or the following week or sometime real soon, we can hop on this Twin Peaks stuff because I would like to check it out. And as well, Jamie, we can check out the fan film that you was in too. Because like I said, I'm starting that fan film section here on the channel where I'm going to start covering these fan films because I have a lot of love and respect for these fan films. Like I said, there's some fan films that I've watched that to me could have been better if it was an actual movie. Like it would have been even better than the actual movie that we probably got. There are so many creative creators out here, like Michael said earlier, that doesn't have to worry about a studio. That if they have a budget, they get to share their vision the way they want to. And I love that. You know what I mean? That's what creativity is all about to me. It's not about some big money studio saying, oh, well, we're making so much money off this, you know what I mean? So we want to push the next one out now. We don't care how good it's going to be, how bad it's going to be. We just want to get it done because it's a moneymaker. You know what I mean? I loved when creators get to create. You know what I mean? So definitely going to be checking out a lot of these fan films, short films, the hour and a half long ones, all of them. Like I'm trying to go through the whole collage. I ain't playing no games.
Yeah, it's one thing too when you get into the fan films and always be looking out for who is making what for the simple fact that most of these are funded on Indiegogo.
Yep.
So you can go in and pledge your support, and that's how they fund these movies. So they make their money all, nonprofit, through Indiegogo to where you can buy a Blu-ray, you could get a
Mhm.
T-shirt, you get something for the money that they give. So they'll
Yep.
put like X percentage into the movie and then X percentage for the cost of the item that you get. And you got a lot of them coming out. You know, Never Hike Alone 2 is coming out if you're a big Friday fan. Right now, Dave McCrae is pushing really hard for It's Me, Billy 2, which is a sequel to It's Me, Billy, which was a sequel to Black Christmas. So he's wrapping up
Okay.
his story with that. Olivia Hussey is coming back to play Jess Bradford in It's Me, Billy 2. So
Wow.
if you are a fan of Black Christmas, in 2 weeks on my channel, we will be watching It's Me, Billy 1, and I'm going to try to help push that that campaign a little bit for Dave to try to, you know, get people over there to check that stuff out, especially if you're a Black Christmas fan. We'll be doing that. And then this week, this Sunday, we're going into 90s horror. So
Nice.
it'll be the week after we're going to do It's Me, Billy. It's Me, Billy. So if you have not brushed up on Black Christmas and you do watch my stream on Sunday, I do recommend that you watch the original Black Christmas prior to the, you know, Sunday following this one, not this coming, but the next, because I want to watch It's Me, Billy.
Bro, that's badass, man.
Yeah.
That's badass, bro. Like, man, I love our fucking genre so much. I do, man.
It's great.
Like, it's great, man. Like, there's just, like I said, there's so many creative minds. And when there's no restrictions, you'll be amazed at what you can see and what they can do. You know what I mean? So I'm right there with you, Michael. You know what I mean? I'm trying to push these fan films as well. Cause like you said, like us, they're huge fans. And this is stuff that they want to see that they're putting on video. And it's also stuff that we probably wanted to see. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, you know, I'm definitely going to be supporting, you know, these fan films a lot more. I'm excited to dig into them. It's going to be fun. And maybe, you know, if you're down or whatever, if you're not busy, maybe you can come on for a couple of them. Oh, I think Michael might have froze. Oh no. It's okay. Maybe hopefully we get him back. Yeah, I think Michael froze. Hold on, let me see if I can just like take him out and add him back in and see if it works that way. Oh, there we go. Okay, give me a second. Okay, yeah, it dropped. So hopefully you can come back in, you know, in a couple of seconds or whatever and stuff like that before, you know, to cap off the stream or whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to be definitely supporting these fan films a lot more myself as well. It's going to be fun, and I hope you guys will join me for them. And we'll also be doing some watch parties talking about these. Give me 1 second, guys, because something is acting funky here. Okay, there we go. I had to fix a little something there for a second. Okay, so I just got a message from Michael. Give me 1 second here, and I'm going to see what Michael says. Yeah, Michael said his internet dropped. I was gonna say that's all right. You know what I mean? It happens because you know you guys know for the longest time I went through internet issues and all that stuff. So stuff like that unfortunately happens. You know what I mean? Every once in a while. But all right. So this is what I'm gonna do, guys. Is I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer, see if Michael's internet, you know, can get back up. And if it does, you know what I mean, we'll bring him back in, you know, close out the stream, what have you, and all that stuff. But if it doesn't, then you know what I mean, I'm gonna close out the stream or whatever. But you guys get me for a couple more minutes. So I'm gonna wait on Michael and see if he can come back in or whatnot. But we're gonna obviously keep the conversation going. And guys, I'm gonna hit up you guys' comments here in a second and fire away with some questions that you guys want to ask me and stuff like that, whether it be about fan films, actual movies coming out. Obviously, we know we got Saw 10 coming out in October. So fire away. I mean, I'm going to try to see if we can get Michael back up in here in a second. Okay, give me 1 second. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're gonna hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna answer some of you guys' questions and all that, and see if we can get Michael back in. If not, then I'm gonna end up closing up the stream and stuff. I just want I want him to be able to say goodbye to you guys and all that stuff, and maybe do some closing comments and stuff. But if we can't get him back in, unfortunately, then I am gonna end the stream or whatnot and all that stuff, and then I'll probably hit him up backstage or whatnot and see how we'll play it by ear for the next few minutes. I'll just say that. So real quick, all right, I know you guys have some comments. Okay, so Two Boys and Their Scary Pops asked me, Marcus, so far, what has been your favorite con you experienced? Ooh, that's a really good question. I'd have to say, honestly, it was probably this last one. And it's because I got to go meet Destin. I'd have to say it's a tie between New Jersey, Monster Mania last year, and Texas. Meeting Destin in Texas, and then last year in Jersey, I got to meet Bob Hunt, Hunting for Entertainment, as well as Killjoy Jake, as well as Bob's family I got to meet as well. And Knight. I got to meet Knight for a quick second. We were both in David Arquette's photo op line. He came over, he seen me standing in the front, and he ran over to me and we, dapped each other up, said hi and stuff, but he was there with Coriander and, they were there. I think that was like one of their first conventions. So, I wanted them to have their time and experience and all, get their experience in and all that stuff. But I'd have to say it is a tie right now between New Jersey, Monster Mania last year. I forget exactly which number it was. I want to say maybe 52 or 53. And then Texas Frightmare this year. It's a tie because I got to meet some of our family here in the community. In person, and stuff. So it's experiences like that really make the cons even more worth it to me. It's not, that are not worth it to me in general because I get to meet the stars and, get to meet so many other people, who share the same passion for horror as we all here do. But, it's just hits different when it's people you communicate with and that you put in work with and stuff like that. And, you share love and stuff with. So I'd, again, have to say it was Monster Mania in Jersey last year and Texas of this year so far. It's a tie between those two, So, again, I love having the opportunity to meet with some of you guys that, here on the panel, here in the chat box. Like, I think that is so cool. And in so many ways, just as much of an experience as meeting somebody like Nick Castle or a James Jude Courtney or a Tom Jones Jr. or a Dick Warlock or a David Arquette or a Jamie Kennedy, which is all the people that I have been fortunate to meet so far. Meeting you guys is literally on that same level for me. You know what I mean? So, again, a tie between Jersey last year and Texas this year, for sure. Oh, man. Okay, so hold on real quick. I'm going to see what Michael says. Okay, so Michael's still waiting for his internet to come back up. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait because Michael said he actually has some more points that he wanted to make. And I want him to be able to finish out and get those points across. So, again, guys, we're going to hang out for a little bit more minute. Wait to see if Michael's internet comes back up, and hopefully we can get him back in here. Okay, so Dino, man, a lot of fans are going to be happy with this. But it's understandable. Okay, I see Michael said, yeah, I'm on my phone right now. So, do you need a link, Michael? Do you need a new link? If so, let me know, buddy. But Dino says, did you hear that Robert won't be reprising his role in the Nightmare Legacy sequel? He says he just can't do it anymore. Body is too banged up. I would agree with that. You know, like, I mean, homie's in his mid to late 70s. It's a lot of wear and tear, you know. So I don't blame him for saying that he won't reprise his role, you know, as Freddy Krueger in the Legacy sequel. It sucks. Would we love to see him back one more time as Freddy Krueger? Absolutely. But in my opinion, there's other ways that you can implement Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger without actually have to physically see him. I'll just say that. You know what I mean? There's ways that you can do it while also having somebody else fully reprising the role, or fully taking on the role, I should say, as Freddy Krueger. I think there's a way you can do it. So is he obviously willing to play Freddy Krueger again? No. Could he play Freddy Krueger in terms of voiceover, or maybe in the shadows, like we don't see the up close, you know, presence of him? I believe so. And I think that that could be the direction he might go if he were to ever return to A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's less work. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do a lot. But in terms of actually being in costume and probably taking some of those bumps, you know, during those scenes and stuff like that, I don't blame him for not wanting to do it again. You know, he's up there. You know, he just wants to live his life and, live freely without having to hurt himself or go through the vigorous, regimen of a full on training camp for a movie, if you will say. You know what I mean? Movies are like, in my opinion, movies are kind of like fights. You know what I mean? Along the way, you have to build up to it. You know what I mean? And you have to basically train. What do they do in terms of movie training? They're practicing their roles. They're learning certain stunts. They're doing this. They're doing that. So I don't blame him. You know, it sucks because I love Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. He's the ultimate. But I understand, so hopefully with this Nightmare on Elm Street Legacy sequel, that I guess they're supposed to be coming out with. I didn't hear. I did hear something about this director wants to do a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I did not hear anything about any confirmation. Maybe that came out over the weekend when I was in Texas. Dino, let me know what you know, if that could be true, if there is actually a Nightmare Legacy sequel that's coming out. But again, I mean, I do think it is time to move on to somebody else, even though I know a lot of fans don't want that and don't want to hear that. Rob's up there, guys. He's old, he can't take the strain anymore. He can't take the time put into it anymore. It's a lot of energy. He don't have the energy for it anymore. And I don't blame him. You know what I mean? He's paid his dues. He's earned the right to say no. He has. He's earned that right to say, no, I don't want to do it. So I'm not mad at Robert Englund. Okay, Michael. Yeah, just let me know, buddy, if your internet comes back up, and just hop right back in, and I'll add you to the stream. Yeah, see, two boys in their scary pops. Eric says, yeah, he's 75 and he turns 76 next month. See? Like, he's up there, guys. I don't blame him. It's just like with John Carpenter. I would give, and this may sound even crazy, I would probably give my damn soul to see Robert Englund, to see John Carpenter direct one more Halloween film. One more. But it's most likely not going to happen because I don't feel like he wants to do it. He want to put the energy behind it. So I don't blame him. And we got Michael back, everybody. Let me add him here to the stream. There we go.
There we go, what's buddy. Going on? So you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I've never done this on my phone because my internet sucks right now, but
oh, it's okay, buddy. It happens.
I don't know what's going on with this thing today. I have no idea. But yeah, so what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I know. I just got on a conversation about Freddie, about Robert England. Hold on. Let me see where we were at before. Maybe I had it starred. I know we were talking about Silver Bullet before it froze.
Oh, I
Um,
remember. We were talking
oh,
about the fan films and all
yes,
that
yeah,
stuff that
we
we
were talking
had
about
going on
fan
with that.
films, and I think I asked you, would you want to come on in a couple weeks for a fan film or whatever? I forget exactly which fan film, but I think I asked you if you no, I asked you if you wanted to do like any live streams covering fan films with me a couple times and stuff like that along the way, here down the road.
Yeah, sure, man. We can bounce it back and forth too. We'll do it on
Yeah.
yours sometime. We'll do it on
Yep.
mine. You know what I mean? For sure. Dude, any
Yeah.
love that the fan films can get, I'm all about it. Like seriously.
I'm right there with you, man. Absolutely, man. Like, yeah, we can definitely do that. We'll put it together. And like you said, we can definitely one week it'll be on your channel, one week it'll be on my channel. Yeah, let's do that, man. That'd be really cool. Especially, oh man, we lost Michael again. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna wait for some more, you know what I mean, and stuff, because I know there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Getting used to the phone, right?
I hit the wrong button. Yeah,
It's okay, bro. Listen, I'm on my other phone too. It took me a little bit to get used to the controls and everything, so I know what you're going through.
I just started laughing as soon as I hit it. Like, oh, like yeah, okay.
Right. Yep. Yep.
That was the wrong
funny.
button.
It's funny because the first time I used the phone for a live stream, it was me and Destin on here. And right when we were about to, kick things off and start talking, I accidentally pressed a button to my old channel intro. So it just all you hear is ah, and you hear gunshots going off, and it's like I shot him 6 times, and I pressed it off, and Destin's like, I thought I did something wrong.
Like throwback day, man. It was just a
Right.
throwback day. That's all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So real quick before we do end up wrapping things up, Michael, I know you said you had some points you wanted to make, so touch on them, buddy. Let's see what you got to say.
So it was just more along the lines of the fan films, what we were talking about, as far as the Indiegogo support and everything. If you guys are big fans of these, let's just make sure that we're showing our support to them as well too, because they are us essentially. It's like if me and you decide to pick up a camera and start an Indiegogo tomorrow to say, hey, we're gonna make Halloween 5, a new version of Halloween 5. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys are putting, everything they have into these, and you can tell with some of these fan films, and they deserve it, especially if you're investing in the franchise and you're looking forward to a movie. A lot of these, like with Never Hike Alone, definitely getting a Blu-ray through them, so I can support that. The Never Hike Alone too. And I also want to get a Dylan's New Nightmare shirt from them so I can support those guys.
Oh yeah. When I get paid this week, I'm throwing something on their Indiegogo. Like I'm supporting too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
absolutely.
just I understand, some people can't, and that's fine. But if you can and it's something that you want to do, let's just not forget. And if some people may not even know about Indiegogo, and that's
True.
that's just something to Google it. Or I always try to put the Indiegogo links in my chat if I'm talking about the fan film. That way you guys can see. I mean, Dylan's New Nightmare, they got a lot of cool shit from, stuff that's very cheap to stuff that's very expensive. Like I think they're pushing that glove too. I think that there's only like 5 in existence or something, and they're selling that glove that they made that's custom. That's, if you've been on my channel and seen it, it's freaking amazing. It looks great. But if those are things that you like and things that you want to do, I definitely wanted to get that point across for those guys. I think Dave McCrae's It's Me Billy 2 is approaching like 70,000 at this point that they've almost raised for that movie. And it's just great. The amount of love and support that these guys are starting to get, that they get that because, again, none of this is going into their pocket. It's paying for actors. It's paying for camera work. It's paying for editing. It's paying for food. It's paying for transportation. All that stuff to get all the good stuff that you guys, that we as fans want. It costs money, regardless of, these films will never profit, but they still have to spend money to make them.
Right. That is very, very true. That is very, very true, man. And absolutely, I'm all about supporting us content creators, whether it be through fan film, YouTube channel, Apple, whatever. You know what I mean? All about it, man. So I'm also, guys, so stay tuned for the community posts. If you guys don't know if you guys were to want to help fund for Dylan's new nightmare, I'm going to share their link to the Indiegogo or whatever on a community post and stuff like that. So if it is something you guys want to support, definitely check the link, check it out and stuff. I know one of the perks that they are offering is that your name will get put in the credits.
Yep.
I mean, and stuff like that. But don't even just do it because of that. Do it because, it's love, it's passion, you know what I mean, for our genre and stuff. That's why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool, it would be cool to see my name on the credits, but for me, it's even cooler to see these guys have their film be successful. You know what I mean? And that's where it's at for me, which is why when I get paid on Friday, I'm loading a couple dollars into their Indiegogo and showing some support. You know what I mean? Because I want this film to be successful. I am so enamored and hyped for it because Wes Craven's new Nightmare is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. And the fact that they are taking the time to not only do a fan film about the character Dylan, they got the actual Dylan back to play, Miko Hughes.
Yeah.
That's just, it hits me at my core. So I have to support, you know what I mean? And I have to show these guys the love that they're showing us here in the community by making such a cool fan passion project.
Yeah, for sure.
So real quick before we do wrap it up, I'm going to get to some of you guys' questions because I see you guys do have a couple questions here for Michael as well. Two Boys asks if Michael can have any life-size version of Voorhees from any of the films for display, what would he pick? It's a good question.
That is an easy answer for me. I'm going with number 7, Jason, New Blood. It's my favorite look of Jason. You've got the spine sticking out the back. You've got the torn up hockey mask. You know what I mean? His bones are showing. It's the first appearance of Kane Hodder. 100%. Part 7 is going to be the bus standing behind me. I guarantee that. I absolutely love that look. Yeah,
that is a fantastic look. And in that fan film, Blood Rose,
Roseblood,
Roseblood, they did a fantastic job staying true to that look.
Yeah.
They really
did.
They did. Guys, if you guys have not seen it yet, the Friday the 13th fan film, Roseblood, check that fan film out. Michael put me onto that after one of our last live streams, and I watched it immediately after we got off. I love that fucking fan film. They did such a good job, and it's so creative, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it sticks true to what Friday the 13th Part 7, especially what the character, was about.
Yeah, and not to mention bringing back old actors.
Yep.
They had Dr. Cruz, they had Tina, and they had Nick in it. You know what I mean? So that's just wow, man, you brought all those back. And then we're not going to mention it for the people who haven't seen it, the little surprise twist ending that they have that made me jump up out of my seat. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a slow burn, but it gets there. Creighton Duke's in it as well.
Yeah.
So it's
real quickly, this is in so many ways how you get introduced to Creighton Duke. And when you go back and watch Jason Goes to Hell, when he, and stuff, you'll realize, certain pieces of dialogue, that the history is there. I'll say that. The history is definitely there and stuff. They did a really good job piecing that together, for sure. Damn sure they did a good job. But Nick, bro, when I saw that, I laughed. I couldn't help but laugh. I said, get the fuck out of here. So they really did. They really went all out. And that's why I really enjoyed this fan film, because they got everybody. It was crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, Lar Park Lincoln at Scarefest last year was talking about it. I mentioned it, hey, I love Roseblood. She's like, really? Did you really like it? And she was proud of it, and I was too. It was good to see Tina again.
Oh, absolutely. That's to me one of the most underrated Friday the 13th of the entire series. I really enjoyed that one. That was good. It was good because the character brought a different element. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than just being a final girl, she actually had a power herself. You know what I mean? That could combat pretty evenly with Jason, you know?
Yeah, it was the Carrie, the Friday the 13th version of Carrie.
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll ask you this before we wrap it up. Do you think they're going to do another one?
Another Roseblood?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, they pretty much closed it out pretty well. I mean, I absolutely love the character of Rose, who was introduced. She was like Tina on steroids with kind of a twisted mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was all about it. So I don't know. All I can say is I don't know. I'd like to see another one.
Yes, absolutely, Val. It really was. Absolutely. And real quick, and Dino, I know you asked me earlier, who would I want to see play Freddy Krueger since Robert doesn't want to do it anymore? My two picks is Kevin Bacon and Matthew Lillard. Those are my two picks. I think Matthew Lillard, if given the opportunity, would absolutely destroy that role in such a good way. That's just my opinion. I do. I stand behind that. I think he would play a good Freddy. I really do. And Dino asks, Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's films because he's huge versus Jason. Who wins?
Which Jason?
Yeah, which Jason, Dino?
Anything after part 4, Jason's gonna win. Anything after part 4.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like even that, like, I can even say this now, like in terms of Rob Zombie's Michael, Jason would kick his ass. And the reason why is because all Jason would have to do is show a fucking white horse and it would distract him.
Oh, Jesus. He went there.
Like, yeah, I did.
Well, I mean, if you look at Friday the 13th, part 8, when he breaks into that, he just walks through the door of that restaurant. And Ken Kurtzinger, who played Jason in Freddy vs. Jason, is playing a cook in that, comes running up, and he is way bigger than Jason. And he just comes running up on it. Jason grabs him and throws him like he's a fly. Yeah. You know, I literally see, you know, if we're getting into zombie Jason and stuff, him just punching him through his heart and pulling it out in front of him. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of an unfair matchup. I think the best matchup would either be Derek Mears in the remake, Friday the 13th, 2009 for Rob Zombie's Michael, or you could even go with part 3's Richard Brooker. I think that would definitely be a good matchup too, to where I feel like it would be, you know, somewhat even. Tyler Mane's a big dude, but so is Richard Brooker, and so is Derek Mears. So I mean, I think that's a little more fair of a fight than to say, like, you know, Uber Jason and just come walking through and and, you know, not know he was there. So definitely a great question. It's just a complicated, you know, one to answer. But I think that Derek Mears and him, if they fought, it would depend on where they were. I think that if they were in Haddonfield, I think that Tyler Mane would probably beat him. You know, but I think if they're at Camp Crystal Lake, there's no way Tyler Mane's killing Jason at Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay. I'm not against either one of those scenarios. I think you could go either way with that, especially in terms of the location. Real quickly, Eric from the Bearded Entertainment, my buddy, my good friend, as well as a Woodsboro level member here on the channel, part of the cast and crew of I Shot Him 6 Times, saying remake Jason was a beast. Yes, Derek Mears did a really good job. Okay. He deserves more credit. What I like about 2009 Jason, Derek Mears, is that he ran. He did, in my opinion, he did things that we didn't see from the character before. And I enjoyed that. And I liked the fact that they kind of made him like hunterish, like he was this hunter. I love that. I thought Derek Mears was really good as Jason.
He was vicious in that sackhead in the beginning too. Like a lot of people don't bring up that look either. That was when he had that. he's standing there and that guy finds his weed. You don't take Jason's weed. I'm telling you.
Right. Right. But no, that's a good point you brought up too. The sackhead, oh my God. That whole opening scene, and like I said, especially when he's running, love it. I loved it because, like I said, I felt like in terms of, okay, I understand why Michael doesn't run. That's understandable. Jason, I've always thought should run. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, he was still alive at that point. You have to remember, like, he saw his mother get beheaded, you know, so
that
he was a regular
he wasn't
guy.
zombie Jason.
Right. So,
That's
I mean,
true.
he was the early stages of Jason Voorhees there. And I absolutely loved it. I mean, it had the best asshole out of any movie in it. With Trent, the character of Trent, absolutely love that guy. We talked about it a lot on my channel with Trent. I swear to God. Yeah, what a great movie. I loved it.
He had one of the fucking funniest lines I've ever heard in a horror movie. When him and Chick are getting it in, and he's like, "You got great nipple placement, bro." I fell the fuck out, bro. Yeah. I still fall out to this day over that scene. That shit is funny.
Yeah, like, your tits are stupendous. You have perfect nipple placement. I mean, come on, man. Like, seriously, like, it's.
If there's one thing I do wish we would have got more Jared Padalecki.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job for the role for sure.
Yes.
Like it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like Jared Padalecki. He's a good actor. I liked him. I know a lot of people are into like Supernatural. I never really got into it. I liked him in Cry Wolf.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's a good whodunit, man. It has Bon Jovi in it. It has a few people in there. It has Jared. It has a few people that you'll recognize and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you ever seen like Wrong Turn. I want to say it was 2 or 3, but it had like the red haired girl in it, the one that got, I guess, decapitated in that one. Like, they have her in it. Like, they got some actors that you've seen, even if you've seen them in quote unquote B movies.
Okay.
Yeah, they got some noticeable actors in it. Like, it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, man! I'll definitely have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, definitely
have to check that out for sure. I still can't believe this internet's down, man. This stuff never takes this long to come back. I bet you some idiot hit a pole somewhere.
I was about to say probably somebody knocked the power out somewhere.
Yeah, somebody hit something.
Okay, so real quick, Dino saying not the white horse. Yeah, man.
Not the white horse.
I will never forget when I was in a theater and that scene came up and I'm just like, really? Like, this is what we're doing? I'm like, really? Like, and I know Rob loves his wife, but bro, you don't have to have her in every single movie. Yeah. I get it. I understand it. That's your woman and all that stuff, but there was no need for her in Halloween 2. None whatsoever.
Get that double paycheck.
That is true, though. So he's smart for that.
Yeah, get that double paycheck. Well, we'll get her in there somehow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what's going on? Jason, a nice one, saying, hey, Marcus, sorry to have missed a live. Was celebrating 16K with Brandon. Yeah, I seen I Like Scary celebrating 16K subscribers. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop by his stream and leave a comment for him and congratulate him. He's actually going to be on my live stream panel next week for Halloween franchise Omnibus 4 through 6, because this Sunday, and I still have to put the stream and the overlay together and stuff. I'm doing all that tomorrow since I have off work. But this Sunday, guys, you know what I mean? 7:30 p.m. Eastern time to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Myself, Val Janowski, and the Night Watch Zone are going to be covering Halloween films 1 through 3 as part of the franchise omnibus for the franchise that I'm putting together. So this is going to be basically how I'm setting it up is Sundays and Wednesdays. We're going to be doing the omnibuses for Halloween and stuff like that. So I'll have everything set up tomorrow so that you guys can get notified to the stream, and we'd love for you guys all to join us. You know what I mean? I feel like this is going to be a lot of fun talking about these films. Even the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. But man, this was definitely fun, man, and we definitely got to do this more often, man. Like I said, we are definitely going to be tackling these fan films together, and obviously just joining for other live streams as well, Michael. I enjoy having you on my channel, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's always great to be here, and I want to thank you again for having me. Sorry about the internet situation.
Oh, bro, I don't sweat it. Like I said, I go through it all the time. You know what I mean? So who am I to judge? You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? It happens to the best of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody who joined us tonight, Jason the Nice One, Val Janowski, The Bearded Entertainment, Dino Spumani, man, every single one of you beautiful people in the chat, every single one of you guys have a great night. I am going to catch you guys tomorrow and keep a hold of the community post for Silver Bullet Live Watch Party with Popping the Popcorn. And if Michael can make it, Michael will be on tomorrow night as well. So stay tuned for the community post, guys. I will have everything put together by afternoon tomorrow for sure, so you guys can get notified and join us.
Right.
But everybody, again, have a great night. I'm going to catch you guys later, and stay safe out there, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.
You are now watching Shot in 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I said